Peace. What's going on, everybody? Bobby, peace. What's going on with you, my brother? Get everything situated, give everybody a chance to tune on in before I start really building on the topic. Got some important building that we need to do today. JB, James Brown, peace. What's going on with you, my brother, man? How y'all holding up? How y'all living? What's the word, man? How this Sunday treating y'all thus far? Hopefully everything's all peaceful. Yeah, hopefully everything's all balanced, centered, positive, and productive for you all this weekend, man. About to start off this week fresh on a positive note. Hopefully y'all got some things done and accomplished this week. OPEC, peace. What's going on? Magic Realms, peace. What's going on with you? How this Sunday treating y'all, man? Yeah, we got some building that we need to do today, man. We got some building. Got to have a discussion today, man. We got to build today. That's what we do. Magic Realms are everything is peaceful my way, everything centered, balanced, staying healthy, staying out the way, not focusing on all the nonsense and the distractions that's out here. You know how I operate, you know how I move, you know how I move. Try to keep things low key. Try to keep things low key, man. Focusing on executing my plans, putting certain things into motion. Y'all know how I got to do it, man. Y'all know how we must move. Can't announce everything. Some things must be done behind the scenes. Some things must be done and executed on that low key manner. Hertz 187, peace. What's going on with you? Got to keep it low key. Got to keep it low profile when it comes to certain ways to move. When it comes to putting certain things in motion, man, like I said, that low profile, low key, behind closed doors, behind the scenes. It's truly the only way to do it when it comes to certain things. We announce a lot of things on social media. That's how they get a hold of us. That's how they infiltrate what we're doing. That's how they infiltrate our movements. That's how they are able to pay people off and things of that nature, because we announce too much. We talk too much sometimes when it comes to putting certain things into motion. And that aligns with the subject matter for the day, the ego and pride type deal, man. Sometimes we don't have to be the loudest person in the room. And a lot of times that's what we tend to strive to be. Now sit back, be silent. Stop chasing that fame, man. Stop chasing that recognition. Nigel, peace. What's going on? Sometimes it's okay to be the quietest person in the room. Sometimes that's the most powerful person in the room, the person who is saying the least. Oh, Nigel, no doubt, man. Y'all peeping the Khalid Muhammad flag, man. Got it in the background, man. This mug is lovely, so I just wanted y'all to see it. Wanted y'all to see that Khalid Muhammad, man. It's me and Khalid. I feel like out of all of my ancestors, man, that's one of the ones I relate to the most in regards to the energy. There's Khalid Muhammad. I feel like I have that Khalid Muhammad energy, man, along with some other people, man. But I really resonate with his energy in his presentation. So I was like, it's only right for me to get that flag and put it in the background, man. Not too many people streaming with Khalid Muhammad in the background. So I definitely had to get one and represent. Montel, peace. Original One, peace. Nero, peace. What's going on with you? Nero, when I get a chance to get into that studio, man, I'm knocking some things out to your beats. Oh, Magic Realms, no doubt. Sweet Tea, what's going on? And Magic Realms, no doubt about that, man. Again, that fame, that recognition, you become an easy target. You become an easy target, big time, big time. And that falls in line with the subject matter for the day, man. That ego and pride. Ego and pride are two things that hold men back specifically. Ego and that pride, being ego driven and just being full of pride. Those two things in and of themselves, are two things that I feel like are very detrimental to men, and specifically black men. Man, we need to learn how to let go of the ego at times, and we definitely need to learn to lose the pride. That pride, I'm telling you, that pride creates a stressful internal environment for a lot of us men, holding on and clinging to that pride. And that ego leads to a lot of unnecessary competition amongst us men that don't even need to be there. So that's why I say we need to learn to drop the ego at times, and we need to definitely learn to lose the pride, because it creates this unnecessary competition. Nero, that'll work. Appreciate you. And when it comes to that, even in the line of business, you will see a lot of men hire a lot of women, and they hire the women for that reason in and of itself, because they say that if they hire a bunch of men to work for them, that ego, that pride is going to take over. They're going to try to compete and do better than you and things of that nature, man. So when you hire the women, that's not necessarily going to be the case. And that's why you see a lot of men, when it comes to business, hire a lot of women. And that shouldn't be like that, man. We should not be like that, especially amongst one another. Man. I love to see the next brother eat just like I'm eating, if not more. I love to see it. I don't hate on that. What I do hate on is when brothers are out here scamming the people. But if you are eating in a righteous manner, I love to see that. I'm not about to look at the next brother eating, doing wonderful things, doing great things, and he doing it in a righteous manner. And then I feel the need to make it a competition. And I feel the need to want to compete with it. It's not even about that, man. We should be creating our own lanes. Only person you should be competing with basically is yourself. You don't need to analyze and compare your life to anybody else. We all operating at our own pace. At least we should be. So stop comparing your pace to that of the next man. Stop comparing your pace to that of the next woman. That's incorrect. You find your own pace. You find your own pace and you stay at that pace, and things will manifest for you according to that pace. It's really that simple. So you don't need to analyze your life in comparison to the next man. And you see the next man doing certain things that you're not doing, and you may feel like you should be at that level or above and beyond that level, and you start hating on them. That's unnecessary, man. Congratulate that man instead of hating that man. Like I said, and that's even admiration deep down. So we call it hatred, but again, it's admiration. And we really need to stop that. Let's just focus on the admiration. Admire that man. Get that man credit. Use that as just motivation to be a better version of yourself. Don't use that as fuel to hate. Andronicus, peace. What's going on? King Grady, peace. What's going on with y'all? Ananias, exactly. Like I'm not competing with anybody. I'm not competing with any brother. I'm not competing with any sister. It's not a competition to me. I'm focusing on being the best version of myself. And in doing that, I'm focusing on activating that inner greatness that's within me. That's it. That is it. My only competition is with myself. That's the only person that I'm competing with on a day-to-day basis. I'm not competing with anybody else. Point blank, period. The moves you making, those are the moves that you making. They don't have anything to do with me. The moves that I'm making are the moves that I'm making. They don't have anything to do with you. You can study the way that I'm moving and use the intel that you gain from studying the way that I move so that you can move in a certain way to manifest certain goals. But don't study my moves, get angry at the way that I move, get angry at the things that I have accomplished, and use that to hate on me. That's unnecessary. It requires too much energy to hate. I don't know how a lot of you brothers can do that. I don't know how a lot of sisters can do that. Hating requires too much energy for me, man. They just drain it to sit around just hating on the next person. It requires too much energy. It requires way too much energy to sit around just hating on the next man. Requires too much energy. I don't know how people had the time to sit around and do that. I definitely do not. Oh, King Grady, I've been on for about 10 minutes. Tavis, what's going on with you, my brother? Nigel, that too. Secret animosity, but secret admiration. They really, when you find a lot of people that's hating on you, they really your biggest fans. So your haters are actually your biggest fans. And at the end of the day, like I said, that's just wasted energy. That's a lot of energy going to waste when you're sitting around hating on the next man and how they are moving. You can be utilizing that energy to push yourself in a better direction. You could be utilizing that energy to propel your life into the next direction, into a better direction, instead of using that energy to sit around hating on somebody. That's that ego. That's that ego. It's that ego feeling like you got to be doing better or more than the next man. That's being ego driven. Not realizing that we all operating at our own pace, or at least we should be. Things are going to unfold according to your pace, not the next man's pace. When you strive to run the pace of the next man, when you strive to run at his pace, you're going to burn yourself out. You're going to burn yourself out. So you got to find your pace and run at that pace and let life unfold for you according to that pace. And when it comes to pride, a lot of brothers suffer from pride. I'm one of the brothers that suffer from that. It's okay for us to ask for help, man. And a lot of us men, especially, we don't feel as though that is the case. It is nothing wrong with asking for help, man. It is nothing wrong for you being a grown man asking for help. Nothing is wrong with that, man. If you down bad, man, and you just need a little assistance, let it be known. As we say, let knowledge be born. It is okay for you to be a grown man and need some assistance, man. Nothing is wrong with that. Nothing is wrong for that, man. You cannot do everything by yourself. That's something that I had to realize. That's a reality. That's a reality that I had to realize, most definitely. Cannot do everything by yourself, man. At some point in time, you're going to need some assistance. You will need some help. And it's okay to ask for that. You don't want to wait for it's too late to be trying to get the assistance and get the help. Because by that time, the people who you may need to help you, the people who you may need to assist you, may not be able to. So you want to stop waiting until the last minute to seek out that help and assistance, because at that time, those people that you need may not be able to be there for you. So stop prolonging it. Stop procrastinating on the help, man. You know that you can't do everything by yourself, nor should you want to be striving to do everything by yourself. That's how you tire yourself out. That's working harder and not smarter. So we want to work smarter. We want to be able to delegate. We want to be able to bring as many people as we can in on what we're doing. Trustworthy people, that is. But we can't bring these people in if we don't learn to ask questions, man. Ask for assistance, ask for help. It is okay. Gaya University, peace, appreciate you, no doubt. It's the background, man. I got a few different flags coming, but this one that I'm definitely gonna rock with for a minute. Lindell, most definitely. Yeah, jealousy is unnecessary, man. Jealousy is unnecessary. When you see people striving to do great things to better themselves and you hating on that, again, you got to do some reflecting internally, because there's no reason that you should sit around. And people do this. No reason for you to sit around for hours hating on how somebody else is doing great things for themselves. No reason for you to do that. Very unnecessary, very taxing, very draining. Very draining. A lot of that is considered gossip. So why are you sitting around gossiping about the moves of the next person when all they striving to do is better themselves? Whatever those moves may be, whether you agree with those moves or not, again, that person is operating at their own pace. So let them do that. Let them be great. Let them live how they want to live. You can't control that, but you can control how you choose to move. And we don't focus on how we can choose to move, and hence why we continue to remain stagnant and complacent. Inertia, like that's one of the reasons why we are so inert, man. We don't evolve, we don't elevate, because we don't focus on our lives. We don't focus on what it is that we need to do to become better and take our lives to the next level. We too worried about analyzing and criticizing the lives of everyone around us. So I know you know these people, man, when it comes to criticizing and just examining the life of everybody else, they have everybody else's lives mastered. But when it comes to their own lives, they know nothing. They have nothing mastered, because they so focused on everybody else that when it comes to self, everything is a disaster. It's dysfunctional. because they don't focus on themselves. They focus on everybody else. They want to tell everybody else how they should live. They want to dictate how everybody else should move. But when it comes to how they need to move, they have no answers. Dysfunction, chaotic, just ignorant. So they need to do a better job of being able to control the way that they move, control their lives. Oh, Anais, most definitely. Elevation should always be something that you're striving for. If you're not striving to elevate and evolve, I don't want no dealings with you. Should always be striving to elevate and evolve. Period. Magic Realms, no doubt. No doubt. TZ Frank Priest, what's going on with you? But yeah, Magic Realms, no doubt. More than likely, when you get that jealous person, they're going to be trying to compete with you. I got some childhood examples of that, man. People just being jealous. Then that led to them striving to compete, striving to outdo you. See, in a sense, sometimes that's cool, depending on what we competing for. Like if it's if we working out, man, and we just striving to push each other, that type of competition is healthy. But for the most part, man, we tend to get jealous and we tend to compete over things that don't require that type of mindset. And we doing things out of spite. Like, dude think he this, that, and the third, therefore I gotta outdo him. I gotta show him up. Like, if you're not driven to do something simply because it's what you need to do, then you're doing it for the wrong reason, and that's only gonna come back to you. That's only gonna come back to you in the form of karma. So if you're doing things out of spite, if you're doing things just to outdo and show somebody up, you don't have good intentions, man. You need to be doing something because, hey, this is what I need to do. So again, when I was talking about competing when it comes to like fitness, so if you know that striving to outdo this person, or at least striving to be on the same level of this person, being motivated by this person in regards to like the weight room or exercising, you doing that because you know that it'll take your health to the next level. So you doing that for you. But when you looking at that person like, oh, this person think they this, that, and the third, so I'm finna just outdo them just out of spite, that's bad energy, bad intention. Bad energy, bad intentions, and that is not good. Not how you should move. You should not have those type of motives. Nero, most definitely, man. Getting rid of pride, man. That is definitely getting rid of a lot of weight, getting rid of that burden, man. It is very comfortable. You get like it's relieving. I should say it's relieving when you know that you got a lot of people. See, a lot of times we underestimate the people in our lives that are really willing to help us. A lot of us act like we must do everything on our own, when that's actually a fallacy. For the most part, we do have a lot of people that we can reach out to who are very trustworthy that will help us out. But a lot of times that pride is stuck. That pride holds us back and holds us down to the point where we feel like we must do these things by ourselves. There is nobody out here that will help us. That's a lot most of the time, man. Like when you really start to analyze and examine your surroundings and the people in your life, you will know and understand, and you will realize that you got a lot of people that's willing to help you out. It's a lot of people, man, that you can find that you can reach out to that are willing to help you out. It's a lot of people. Antoinette, peace, what's going on? Yale University, no doubt, man. It is nothing wrong with asking for help. And I'm telling you, when I'm talking to you all, I'm talking to myself. I'm one of the ones that I get to doing everything by myself, man. I got a certain way that I like things to be done. But at the end of the day, man, that's stressful and that's working too hard and it's not working smart at all. Delegation is the way to peace when it comes to certain aspects of your life. Delegate, man. Ask somebody else to do something for you, especially if it's not a strong point for you. If you're not strong in this area, find somebody that you know is strong in that area and ask them for help, ask them for assistance. If you lack knowledge in this particular field, man, ask the person that you know has knowledge in that field for help. Let that pride go, man. Don't be striving to master a subject that you don't have time to master. Go find the expert and ask the expert. What do they think about it? What do they think you should do? That is what you do. That's working smarter, not harder. Nice. How do I do a better job at bettering myself? It's a lot of different things, man. For the most part, as we have always stated, everything starts with a thought. So you got to start with just reprogramming your mind. Paradigm shift is what they call it. So a lot of times, man, you just got to neutralize the negative programming that a lot of us are under. So a lot of us are programmed to think about things in a negative light. So you got to learn to neutralize that in regards to doing a better job of bettering yourself, because everything starts with the thought. So the mind is first and foremost the priority. So you need to focus on the mind first. You need to focus on those thoughts first. So we got to basically unlearn, relearn, deprogram, reprogram type deal. So we have been conditioned in that negative light. Y'all know it. The media, they depicted us in a certain light, and we have accepted that false reality of self, and that has destroyed a lot of us mentally. So we got to let that go. We got to let that type of go. We got to let that negative image go. We got to let that negative image of ourselves go that they have depicted of us in the media. We got to let go of the educational system and that programming. You know, they done made us think we 3/5 of a human. They done made us think and believe that our history, our story started in slavery. See, these are the type of things that we got to let go, because they have programmed us. They have conditioned us with these type of thoughts, beliefs, fallacies. So we got to let all of that type of stuff go, man. And we got to relearn, and we got to reprogram the mind with positivity, with powerful thoughts, with actual facts, the actual reality. And that's like the first step in regards to bettering yourself, especially as a Black person in the wilderness of North America. First and foremost, you got to get rid of that conditioning. You got to get rid of all the lies that you have been told. Got to unlearn, because we have been fed a lot of nonsense. So we got to detox. We got to detox from all the nonsense that we have been fed, and we got to start feeding ourselves proper foods mentally. King Grady, and most definitely, pride is most definitely probably a reason why some people are homeless, man. Don't want to ask for help. Don't want to ask for help, man. I can definitely see that reality. Pride is the reason why a lot of people are struggling, and they don't necessarily need to be struggling because they don't want to ask for help. I mean, literally, man, it's people in your family that all you got to do is say the word or ask a question, and they willing to help you. But like, they not going, what they say, closed mouths don't get fed, man. So if you're in a situation where you need some assistance, man, and you don't want to open your mouth, and then you get mad and say, well, nobody helps me. How's somebody supposed to help you if they don't think that you need help, if they don't know that you need help? So a lot of times, like I said, we over exaggerate things that go on in our lives. We act like nobody is willing to help us. We act like nobody is ever there to help us. But yet we are the ones that's never opening our mouths to say we need help. So you can't blame people around you for not helping you if you're not asking for it. So that's on you. So you can't just expect people to just help you just off the strength, man. They need to know that you need the help, or else they gonna let you move. They gonna think everything is good. Oh, Antoinette, hey, everything is peaceful my way. Everything is peaceful my way, Queen. Thanks for asking. How you holding up? Savine, peace, what's going on? And OPEC. So the moms won't help you, but guess what, man? I guarantee you can find some people that's willing to help you. I guarantee you can find some people that's willing to help you, man, depending on what it is, man. Whatever it is that you need help with, man, I guarantee you can find somebody that's willing to help you, man. You just got to find the right people. That's the key. Our magic realms, I done seen it. I done seen it all the time. And you see certain things like that in corporate America, man. People not willing to take that pay cut, when at the end of the day, that pay cut may lead to better opportunities. But since they getting paid X amount of dollars at this job, but the potential or the ceiling for that job may be a lot lower than the job that they would get if they took the pay cut. A lot of people don't want to take that pay cut because of the pride. A lot of people don't want to take that pay cut simply because of the pride. And that's why I said a lot of people are in situations where they unhappy, where they may be struggling simply because of pride. Man, take that pay cut if it's going to alleviate some of the stress, and that could just lead to better opportunities. Matter of fact, by default, if you take a job that's alleviating stress, that's automatically going to lead to better opportunities, because you're going to be in a better state mentally and physically because the stress has been alleviated. So a lot of people, man, just choosing to struggle. A lot of people just choosing to go through life in a difficult manner. They choosing to do that, and then want to blame it on everybody else, not reaching out to them, not helping them. Nah, man, you got to say something. Let them know. Lindell, no doubt. I have no problem congratulating and complimenting another brother. Because like you said, I'm confident within self, man. If I see brothers around me doing great and positive things, I'm going to be the first one there trying to support them and congratulate them, man, letting them know I see them. Like, big ups to you when you're doing great things, man. I'm definitely striving to congratulate you. Last thing I'm about to do is just hate on you. Like I said, unless you just conniving, unless you just scamming the people and I can sense it, then I ain't got nothing positive to say about you for real. But I'm still not going to go out of my way to hate on you. It's a lot of people that I can go in on that I choose not to because I don't want to do that. I don't want to put that energy out there. And some brothers deserve that type of energy, but they not going to get it from me. Oh, Nero, no doubt. No doubt. And then even, and with that, like I said, it's the flip side. So I said, don't be afraid to ask for help. Even if you get rejected, man, like still keep it moving, keep it pushing. So if you ask for the help and the people reject you, man, keep it pushing, keep it pushing. Like never give up, because at the end of the day, man, what you seeking will come to you as long as you remain focused. So if you seeking help and the people that you ask the help, people that you ask help from, the people that you ask for help, if they reject you, then that means you just didn't need that assistance from that particular person. That means that that's the type of person, if you would have received assistance or help from that person that rejected you, those are the type of people that hold that over your head. See, you don't want to get help or assistance from a person that's going to hold it over your head. Like, remember that time I loaned you that $100? Or remember that time I loaned you that $20? Like, you do not want people like that in your corner that's only assisting you just so they can hold it over your head and use it against you in the future. You don't want to rock with people like that. So when you ask for help and people reject you, then that means you didn't need the help from that particular person in the first place, because those are the ones that's going to hold it over your head. CJ, peace, what's going on? Marcus G, no doubt. Marcus G, no doubt. Closed minds do not get fed at all. That is an actual fact, and it will always be an actual fact. People don't understand that, man. We not strong. I'm not knowledgeable in everything. I'm not strong doing everything. There are certain aspects of life that I lack a lot of knowledge and expertise on. I don't have time to master some of those fields and some of those areas of expertise. So I must seek out another expert because I don't have time to master that. So that's me humbling myself, losing that pride, saying, I don't know how to do this, man. Can you help me with this? Losing that pride, man, letting go of that ego. Montel, man, I appreciate it. And hey, I'm glad you out here striving for greatness. The best is yet to come for you, my brother. Yeah, University in Nero, I know all about just being a loner, just staying to self. And a lot of times I stay to self, and I am the way that I am, and I move the way that I move simply because a lack of understanding in regards to my personality type. I feel like a lot of people don't understand my personality type. I don't even feel like it. I know that they don't because of things that they have said to me in regards to how they have viewed me. So the consensus is a lot of people misunderstand the way that I am as a person, from my facial expression to the way that I move. A lot of people just don't understand it, and they have told me this. So a lot of times, man, I just choose to remain to myself because I really don't have time to consistently and constantly explain who I am and why I am the way that I am to people. So a lot of times that gets draining, and that's what leads to someone being a loner. I don't like explaining why I'm moving this way all the time because it's unorthodox, because it's not the norm, not the status quo. That's just the way that I move. And if you can't accept that explanation, then I really don't care to go further or elaborate further. You would have to catch me on a good day where I feel like further elaborating on that. But for the most part, man, I just like to move the way that I move because that's the way that I am. I don't really feel like I owe a lot of people explanations when it comes to the way that I move. And a lot of people really can't understand that. Yeah, Nero, no doubt. Like I said, man, a lot of people don't understand that, man. Sometimes you got to make the sacrifices, man. It's called build and destroy for a reason, man. Sometimes in order to just build, you have to destroy first. So like you got to make that sacrifice, man. Maybe you got to take that pay cut in order for you to make as much money as you've ever made. But it's got to start with that pay cut, though. That's the destroying in order to build. So a lot of people don't understand that. You got to destroy that pride in order to build the best version of yourself. But if you never destroy that pride, then you will never become or never build that best version of yourself, because that pride is in the way. So you must destroy that aspect of yourself to build a better version of yourself. That's how it works. Justin, peace. What's going on? AM, most definitely. A lot of us are guilty. Marcus G, listen, this is how you make a decision like that. You weigh the pros and cons. If that new, listen, if the new job got more pros than the current job, take it. Or you can just analyze what they call the gut feeling. How do you feel? Like, how do you feel in your gut about that particular decision? I roll with that gut feeling, man. A lot of times, that's when we tend to make a lot of mistakes. We go against the gut, that initial feeling. Stop going against that gut feeling. They call the gut the second brain for a reason. That gut feeling is like 95% right and exact. So go with that gut feeling. I know y'all have been there, done that, to where y'all have went against that gut. And then when you look back on it, like, man, that gut feeling, man, I should have listened to that gut feeling. I should have listened to my initial thought, my initial feeling. I should have rolled with it, because in hindsight, it's looking like the better move. But I went against it. When you go against that gut feeling, you go against yourself. You go against your best interest. So always listen to the gut. If the gut is telling you to quit that job and start that new one because of what you said, do it and don't even think about it. Tavon, oh, no doubt. Just like we say, when the gods walk in the room, man, everybody just, they can tell by your essence, man. Like a lot of people can tell when a brother and a sister have like knowledge of themselves. They, especially that black brother and that black sister. When we walk in a room, people can tell that we coming with some information. People can tell that we coming with some knowledge. People can tell how we coming just off of the essence alone. Just off the essence alone. And that intimidates a lot of people. Man, I can walk in the room and probably not even say a word, not even utter a word. And that can intimidate people just off my presence, because I'm comfortable. I'm confident in who I am. And a lot of times, man, you could just pick up on that. I'm not saying I'm better than the next man, but I'm saying I'm confident. I don't care what nobody in that room is thinking about me. And a lot of people can pick up on that energy initially, right when you walk in the room. And Ananias is simple in regards to why I feel like society disrespects loners, is because we got theories out here that's telling people that we gregarious, or we social creatures or social animals. So they say, so when they see somebody that's a loner, when they see somebody that's an introvert, they feel like that person is unnatural, according to what we have been taught to believe. So they done told you that we are gregarious, social creatures by nature. We seek that by nature. So when they see somebody that's not seeking that, they looking at that person as if they are abnormal, unnatural. So that's why society tends to disrespect loners and introverts and not understand us, because they feel like that goes against nature. They feel like that's unnatural. Centriez, peace. What's going on with you? And Gabe, most definitely. It's like a job, man. If you wanted this job, man, and that job rejected you, I tell people all the time, man, that just means you did not need that job. That means that job was not a good fit for you. It's their loss. So stop crying about not getting that job, man. It's a reason why you didn't get that job, man. It's probably a blessing. You probably didn't need that job to begin with. So the fact that you got rejected is great. So you got to focus on the best part. We got to settle on the best part. It's what we always must do. Magic rims, no doubt. And just even like I said, before we even get to that, because we got intelligent people that are extroverts. So we got all of that. But I feel like the main reason is because they have been taught to look at people who are introverted and who are loners as unnatural, because they have told you that we social creatures. So they didn't made that out to be the norm. So when you go against that, you're going against nature in their eyes. So they looking at you like you weird. They looking at you like you strange. Before we break down the personality type or some of the other characteristic traits of an introvert, of a loner, even before we get to that aspect of it, they done already made you believe that an introvert or a loner is unnatural. So they can't fathom a person not really wanting to mingle with people, not really wanting to be social. A lot of people can't understand that because of what they have been taught to believe. D, peace, what's going on? Deja, peace, what's going on with you? Yeah, Magic Rims, that gut feeling, like I said, man, that gut feeling, it doesn't lie. Second brain, that's what they call it. Second brain for a reason. The gut is very intelligent. So when you get a gut feeling, you got that gut feeling for a reason. Listen to that gut feeling. Listen to it. Man, D, I ain't got no remedy for you for making the hair grow faster, man, other than patience. That's all I got for you. Oh, Nero, no doubt. Especially when it comes to the women's intuition. I don't know if you all have women in your lives, man, but when they had that intuition, I listen. I pay attention to that. I tell them all the time, let me know if I'm a part of your intuition. Please let me know, because I'm gonna take heed to the message. JB, no, sir. I don't think the gut instinct is from the ego. Matter of fact, I think the ego is the reason why we don't listen to the gut feeling. So I'm gonna one up you on that one. I think the ego is the reason why we tend to go against that gut feeling. The gut feeling is separate from the ego. That gut feeling is knowing what's right and exact. It's the ego that steps in and saying, nah, man, don't listen to that. That don't even make any sense. You know what I'm saying? So just like my man's Marcus, all right? So his initial reaction, his gut feeling is probably to be like, okay, I should take this other job and quit my current job because of A, B, and C. That's the gut. The ego gonna step in and say, you know what? Nah, I should stay on this first job because it maybe pays more. And that may be the only reason. That is the ego. But that initial gut reaction, that initial gut feeling, that's not the ego. That's pure. That's a pure feeling. That's a pure feeling, an initial reaction. It hasn't been tampered with. Yeah, Tavon, labels and statuses and all that type of stuff create a lot of problems. Labels, statuses, and all that, man, like I said, creates a lot of problems, man. We attach ourselves to a lot of labels and statuses, man. When, again, we can go to the East and they let you know that you are not that status, you are not that label that you place on yourself. But we attach a lot of significance and importance to labels and statuses, man. And that causes a lot of problems. A lot of problems. Yeah, Magic Realms, man, listen. It's a lot of great things that derive from loners. It's a lot of great things that derive from introverts. What I need for people to understand is being an introvert, being a loner is not really unnatural. Like, that's just what I need people to know and understand. It's not natural. It's not a problem. It's not a defect, you know? It's not that. It's not that at all. D, no doubt. No doubt. I already know, man, the essence, your presence, man. When your presence is intimidating, like, that's when you know that you in tune, man. When people just pick up on the vibe as soon as you walk in that room, man, you in tune with yourself. And people know it. People know it. I'd have had people that didn't know me at all come up to me, man, and just was like, man, you just look like a person that knows some things. Just off of my presence and essence alone, man, I could be the dumbest person in the room, but just off the way that I come into the room, it creates this perception in people's minds that, man, this brother might know something. Yeah, Tavon, no doubt, man. Everybody quick to label. This the crazy thing. People are quick to label everybody but themselves at the end of the day. So they quick to tell they quick to tell you about yourself, but then when it comes to them analyzing their lives, they have no answers for. They have no answers at all. This is one of the problems that I have with like the zodiac signs and all that type of good stuff, man. That's a problem that I have with that. So it's like a lot of people can tell you everything about your sign. Everybody can tell you things about these signs, but when it comes to utilizing that information to choose better mates for themselves, they can't do it. So I'm like, man, you have all this knowledge about who you compatible with. You have all this knowledge about all these zodiac signs. Why do you keep walking into the same situation in regards to people who you choose to be in relationships with? So I have problems with things like that, man. When we quick to tell other people about themselves based off of whatever intel we choose to, whatever intel we think we didn't gather, whatever system that we choose to use, we like to tell everybody about themselves. But then when it comes to our lives, we lost. We in the dark. We lost and we in the dark. So I can't stand that, man. Don't tell me nothing about being a Scorpio, which is what I would be. Don't tell me nothing about myself in regards to a zodiac sign if you don't have yourself figured out. I don't care what you think you know about me because of my zodiac sign. If you have not figured yourself out, if you lack knowledge of yourself, then I need for you to focus on that before you master everybody else's zodiac sign. If you think you finna know somebody just based off of an astrological system, I need for you to do some work, especially when you ain't got your life figured out. So those are things that I need for people to do. So we so focused on mastering everybody else that we neglect mastering the most important person, self. Oh, yeah, university, no doubt. No doubt. Just pay attention to the energy when you walk in the room. Magic rims, exactly. 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 And original one, no doubt. No doubt. Mahogany honey, and that's interesting. So I could put that on the screen. Mahogany talk about one of the things I've had to wrap my head around is going from an extrovert to now kind of being forced to be more introverted. Now, what has forced you to become more introverted? So it's kind of like I'll be on the flip side. I'm naturally an introvert, but my line of work forces me to be like an extrovert. So I don't know if it's a line of work thing, like something that you're doing that's forcing you to be more introvert. Like, I don't know. But I know like I'm on the reverse of that. Naturally introvert, but it's like I'm forced to interact with people due to what I do. And that has been a challenge. Like when I was working in banking and customer service and things like that, man, that was a challenge. I literally had to prep myself, man, before I would go into the bank and do my job, man, because I was like, man, it's about to be draining. So I can speak about that on the reverse side. Oh, D, man, if there's one thing I'm gonna strive to do is read the messages, man. Y'all be dropping some jewels in the comments, and I'll be trying to make sure I'm reading everything, except for when I get into the moments where I vent. Y'all done seen me do that. When I just get to venting, sometimes I just black out and don't read the messages then. Or when I'm really focusing on getting a certain message across and getting a certain piece of information across, then I may not look at the message, but for the most part, I'm striving to read the messages. Yeah, University, no doubt. Yeah, that gut intuition, man, like I said, but we got to learn to listen to it. Man, I'd have had situations, man, where I didn't listen to it. It wasn't necessarily the gut, but man, it was that subconscious, that subconscious mind just manifesting in the form of dreams. Like I said, when I worked at the bank, man, I had two dreams about the bank getting robbed before we got robbed. So I got robbed twice working in banking. Each time before it happened, I had a dream about it. Should have listened to that. Like, man, you need to get up out of this industry. It's dangerous. Like, that was the message being conveyed to me. And I just kept ignoring this. I was like, man, ain't nothing finna happen to me. That was my mind. Let me know, like, all right, you keep going in here, man. This what's about to happen. CC, peace. What's going on? Glad to have you in the building. Yeah, Tavon, man, you always got to be selective. That's what people don't understand. You got to be selective. Got to be selective, man. You got to do background checks on people, man. You really got to do the knowledge to the people that you choose to have around you. Oh, mahogany, see, no doubt. And there we go. I just refuse to ignore someone's energy for the sake of being social. It's been a journey though. It's most definitely a journey, but it's a wonderful journey. I can tell you that from experience. I can tell you that from experience. Like, I don't have any problem with people viewing me as antisocial. To me, again, antisocial is something that normally you would associate that with being negative, something negative. I look at being antisocial as something positive. I don't let them dictate my reality in regards to how I view certain words and phrases. Antisocial is not necessarily a negative to me. That means I'm very selective in regards to who I am sociable with. I'm protective of my social energy. Like, I'm protective of my social energy. I'm not going to waste my words. I'm not going to waste that speech. What they call in Buddhism, right speech, meaning you speaking with a purpose. You don't want to waste your words. That's why Buddhism calls it right speech, right thought. Those are principles that I live by. So I'm not about to just be out here talking just for the sake of talking, shooting the breeze. Not about to do that. Not about to do that. That's a waste of energy. And like I said, it drains you. Magic realms, people lack that self-reflection and that knowledge of self, as we say. Most definitely. Tavon, man, we can call the zodiac signs a bunch of things. At the end of the day, one thing that I can tell you for sure is if you if you done mastered all these zodiac signs, but you ain't mastering yourself, then all of that is irrelevant. That's all that I can say. If you mastering all these zodiac signs to the point where you think you got everybody figured out and all they need to tell you is their zodiac sign, but when I look at your life, it's full of chaos, it's full of dysfunction, then you need to reflect on self. You need to do the knowledge to self. You need to master self. I mean, it's a lot of people, man, just outside of zodiac signs. I know y'all done seen people that be doing, what is it called? The little tarot card readings, man. People doing all these readings, got everybody else's life mastered. But then when you look at their life, it's a dysfunction. It's chaotic. Man, you need to utilize this information that you utilizing to help other people to help yourself. Man, you can read into the lives of other people, but you can't read into your own life and get your own life straightened out. That's sick. I don't want to do that. I don't want to tell everybody else. I don't want to look into the future for everybody else and help everybody else out if I can't help myself out first. So that's pointless to me. That's point, man. Get yourself together, man. Live by practice what you preach is what they say. You need to do that first, man. You need to utilize your gift to help yourself first. Magic realms, it's not that accurate at all, man. I can find myself in every zodiac sign. Literally, I can find bits and pieces of myself within every zodiac sign. It's like a body type. Nobody is just one body type. You may have a dominant body type, but then you're gonna also have other aspects of these other body types within you as well. So you're not just one dominant body type. Same with a zodiac sign, man. You're gonna find yourself within all of these zodiac signs. And there's some scientific terms in regards to why some of the people may feel as though they are accurate, but we don't even need to get into that. But like at the end of the day, that's what it is. If you're not mastering yourself, but you got everybody else mastering and figured out, you living wrong. The underdog mentality. Peace. What's going on with you? Tavon, no doubt, man. Sometimes I can feel the energy before I step in the doorway. Y'all know y'all done had that energy, man. Y'all done had that. That's that intuition. Before you even go somewhere, you got this feeling like, man, I don't think I need to be going here. I don't think tonight is the night to be going to this particular function. So you done picked up on the energy before you even left the door, before you even left the crib. Mahogany. See, no doubt. See, now there you go. You in tune. You picking up on, you paying attention to the energy around you and the vibrations and the frequencies. See, all that stuff is actual facts. All of that stuff is science. Nothing spooky about it. So when you pay attention to that type of stuff, then of course that's gonna naturally lead to you becoming an introvert, man. Because a lot of the energy that's gonna surround you when it comes to dealing with the everyday average person is gonna be some artificial energy. And when you get more in tune, you leave in that artificial realm and you step into the original realm, the realm of truth. But a lot of people are operating on in a fallacious realm, the realm of falsehood. So when you start really analyzing everything, then you're gonna start getting in tune with that. So every other person you interact with, man, they're gonna be operating in that realm of falsehood while you're trying to operate in that realm of truth. And that's gonna create a conflict to the point where you don't even want to communicate with this person because you picked up on that artificial energy and that artificial vibe and frequency. Oh, magic realms, no doubt, no doubt about that. No doubt about that, man. I done got plenty of them to where it's like, okay, I can see that, but then I can't see that. I can see that, but then I can't see that in regards to my zodiac sign. But then I look at other zodiac signs and I'm like, dang, I can see that in myself too. So it's like, man, at the end of the day, man, study people. Stop thinking you know somebody because of a sign, man. Just analyze that person's ways and actions. That's going to tell you what you need to know about the person, not a zodiac sign. Study the person, interact with the person, ask that person questions. That's how you're going to get some intel on that person. That's how you're going to get to know a person. You're not going to know a person based off of a zodiac sign. It's just not how you're going to be able to do it. Do the knowledge to that person, man. Examine and analyze their ways and actions, period. Justin Green, that's one of my favorite books, man. Science of Self. Go ahead, put that up on the screen. Justin Green just copped the book, Science of Self by Supreme Understanding. Is it pretty good? It's a fabulous book. I recommend all Black people get that book and get his book, Knowledge of Self. Magic Realms, oh, no doubt. Precognition, yes. King Grady, that's crazy, man. But hey, that's crazy. Your own cousin tried to rob you, but he didn't know who he was related to afterwards. That's crazy, man. But on top of that, man, we didn't have family members steal from us and everything, man. I didn't have people who I have grown up with, man. Listen, who I looked out for, had they back 100%, just steal from me, and then denied and lied to my face and said they didn't do it. So I had all types of situations like that, from family members stealing, from people who, I mean, if it was time to go to war, I have they back stealing from me and then lying about it. That's what led to the person that I am today, man. You can't trust people. It's like the people that you let in the closest, they do you the dirtiest. Savon, man, keep it simple, stupid. That's what they tell you. Yeah, Magic Rims, the eightfold path. Yeah, that is exactly it. That is exactly it. Yeah, Mahogany, right speech, right action. All of that. Right thoughts, man. Just everything, man. Just right and exact. Ananias, man, I think I saw something about that book, man. I'm gonna have to cop that. And for all the people that's wondering, we're gonna have to bring that comment to light here. Ananias recommending that book, man. I think I just saw somebody post this book on my Facebook, so I'm gonna have to check that book out. Most definitely have to check that book out. Yeah, Magic Realms. Like I said, I don't even, people be asking me, do I want to get reads? I'm like, man, get a reading for what? I'm the sole controller of my reality. I write my history in advance. I don't need anybody else telling me about how my life is going to unfold because I already know how it's going to unfold. So I don't need to invest in anything like that because I'm the sole controller. I'm the author of this particular story. Nobody else is going to be able to tell me how my life is going to unfold. That's the way that I'm moving. Sole controller. Write my history in advance. So I don't need anybody else to do that for me. I do that for myself. That's why we say writing your history in advance. I wrote down how my life is going to unfold. I write it down every day. I write it down every day. I control that. I'm the author. Tavon, no doubt. And at the end of the day, it's unnecessary. I don't need half of that stuff to begin with. Because when I'm in tune with myself, like I said, I know how everything is going to unfold because, again, I'm writing that history in advance. I'm writing these things down before they happen. I'm manifesting these things. I control the narrative. Howard, man, peace. What's going on? Appreciate you tapping in with me. Oh, Magic Rims, man, no doubt, man. And a lot of times I forgot what it was called scientifically, but it's like it's like palm reading. I got this science book that talks about palm reading and talks about what goes on mentally when somebody does a palm reading on you and how the stuff turns out to be accurate. Because some of the things that when somebody does a palm reading on you and they tell you things about yourself based off the reading of your palm, we wired a certain way to find situations in our lives that agree with what was being said. So if somebody's reading your palm and they say, well, you are a very angry person, the way that our mind is wired, you're going to start tracing your memory to find times in your life that justify that reading. So you're going to try to find those moments in life that will indicate that you are an angry person. That's how we are wired. So when you get a tarot card reading, when somebody tells you something based off your zodiac sign, your mind is wired to find moments and situations in life that correlate with what you was just told. So that's why a lot of that stuff, it seems like you can relate to it because that's how your mind is wired. So if I come to you and tell you certain things about yourself and I do it in the right way, guess what? You're going to start jogging your memory back to be like, man, what you saying is true. What you saying is exactly true. That's how the mind is wired. That's how the mind is definitely wired. So again, that's why some of those things appear to be accurate, appear as if they are lining up with who you are, because that's how the mind is wired scientifically. You're going to be looking for moments in your life that line up with what somebody just told you, especially if they can make you believe in the power of what it is that they are doing. Oh, Tavon, no doubt. Got to stand on your square and live in your truth. Only way to do it. That's the only way to do it. Justin, yeah, man, of course. I'm pretty sure we done all had experiences like that in regards to the energy. I'm pretty sure. Amber, peace, what's going on? Aaliyah Ascended, peace, what's going on with you? Yeah, Nero, no doubt. And that's another thing. People don't understand that when I talk about being an introvert or a loner, I'm definitely pros and cons to everything. But when it comes to being an extrovert, a lot of times people don't focus on the cons because they think that's the normal way to be. No, it's cons to being an extrovert as well. It's definitely cons to talking too much. Definitely. But it's definitely cons to being an introvert. Sometimes when you're an introvert, you may not express what needs to be said when it needs to be said, and you may hold it in a little too long. So that's one of the cons of my level of introversion. I may hold on to some thoughts for longer than I need to hold on to them, and that bothers me. So sometimes I don't say things exactly when they need to be said. It's part of being an introvert, because at the time where it needs to be said, it may be one of them moments where I don't feel like saying anything. So I may hold on to that particular thought until I feel like expressing myself. And sometimes that's not necessarily the best thing. Marcus G, Think and Grow Rich, no doubt. I got a book right here, man. I be doing the book of the day, man. I got several books, but here go one book too. Becoming Raw, The Essential Guide to Raw Vegan Diets, man. This book, this will help take y'all health to the next level, man. Invest in that book. Becoming Raw, The Essential Guide to Raw Vegan Diets, man. That book is crucial. This book will definitely help take your health to the next level. Everybody should invest in that book. And I got another book as well right here. It's another good joint. The Complete Idiot's Guide to Plant-Based Nutrition. This book is actually solid for anybody that's looking to transition to the plant-based way of life. The Complete Idiot's Guide to Plant-Based Nutrition. It's a solid book, man, and it's simple. Breaks everything down in a simplistic fashion. I feel like I'm missing some people question, man. Leah, it looked like you asked the question, but I don't see the question. Oh, Tavon, no doubt. And Leah, when it comes, do you trust in family businesses? Man, it depends on, and this is with everything. It depends on the family members that I'm in business with. Depends on the family members. Man, I do have some people in my family that I could trust to go in business with. So it depends on the family members that I'm going into business with. It all depends. I can't be going into business with everybody in my family. So I have got to go into business with certain people in my family, because we have a lot of examples of family businesses thriving. We also have a lot of examples of family businesses not doing so well. So I have to go into business with certain family members. Like if it's not certain family members, then I'm not rocking with it. So it just depends on the nature of the business. Then it depends on the family members that I'm going into business with. But I do feel like just on a like raising children, I do feel like it's very valuable to have that family business, because you can do a lot of things, man, like a lot of write-offs. You can give your child some experience before they even jump out into the world and need that experience. So you creating a lot of opportunities for your child, man, instead of them having to beg the system to give them the opportunity. So family businesses, man, have a lot of benefits to them in regards to setting a child up. Let's say the child don't want to eventually take over the family business, but them just helping run it will give them like the qualification that they need in order to succeed. So they have it on their resume. So I feel like family businesses have a lot of benefits, but it depends on the business and it depends on the individuals. Yeah, University, man, and that's just how it is. And the reason why you got to watch the people that's closest to you is because these the people who gonna know you the most or know you the best. So they know your strengths, they know your weaknesses, they know your triggers, they know what angers you, they know what upsets you. That's a dangerous person. So that's why the people that's closest to you are dangerous. Like they know what to do and say to get you going. So they know how to ignite that fire. They know how to ignite that fire. That's why those people are dangerous. That's why you have to watch them, because they know what to do and say to get you going, to get you riled up, to get you angry, to get you upset. They know how to get you. They know how you move because they've been around you so long. So it'll take nothing for them to get you, catch you slipping, because they know exactly how you move. They know everything that they're almost, they know everything there is to know, basically, about you. So that's why you got to watch them. So that's why you got to watch them people the most, because they know everything that there is to know about you almost. So you got to pay close attention to people that know basically all your business, because they can at any moment use that against you. So you gotta pay a lot of attention to those individuals, man, especially when you done revealed a lot to them. When you have revealed a lot to them particular individuals, you got to watch them closely. Oh, Nero, the Four Noble Truths, I live by those. I know all about them. And how when it comes to the Anunnaki, I mean, it's just like it's a myth to me. It's not something that I look at that actually happened and they actually existed. I look at it more like a myth meant to like just convey certain messages and all of that good stuff. Yeah, Magic Realms, man. I ain't familiar with all the techniques that they use, but I think I've heard that code reading terminology be used before. Yeah, gay university, like I said, it really just, it depends on the people. Depends on the people in the family. Depends on the family members. So that's all, man. You never can force anything. So when it comes to family businesses, a lot of times people try to force it. So you try to force anything, that's bad. So you should just let it happen organically. If it doesn't happen organically, don't even force it. Just find you another business partner that's outside of the fam. But I mean, I know plenty of situations where it's like husband and wife, they in business together and it worked just fine. I also know situations where it was husband and wife and they tried to go in business, did not work. So it depends on the people. Depends on the people. Oh yeah, Nero, man. Like I said, that's my downfall. Just holding on to things. Like I said, if I don't feel like talking, I'm definitely not going to talk. I don't even care if it's something important that needs to be said. I really got to be feeling it. Yeah, Magic Rims, the eightfold path, man. That's full of jewels, man. Yeah, Tavon, Where the Superior Man, definitely a good joint. Mahogany, you got it. You got it. If you already at the pescatarian level, transitioning to that vegan lifestyle, about to be light work for you. About to be light work for you. Like I said, the two books that I just brought up definitely will help with that. And just with the raw food lifestyle, man, a lot of people, man, that lifestyle is crucial. And a lot of people think that the raw food lifestyle entails that one has to be 100% raw. Don't necessarily have to be like that. You can be a raw foodist by being 50 to 75% raw. And they say 50 to 75% of the weight of the food must be raw. But we should just be striving to consume as many raw foods as possible. Because a lot of times, man, we just don't be consuming the food in this raw state. And some food can benefit from being cooked. Like two foods that I know off the top are mushrooms and tomatoes that can benefit from being cooked a little. But for the most part, man, we do not get enough raw foods in our system. Oh, nice, you no doubt. Definitely get that satisfaction, no doubt. Mahogany. We could put that on the screen for you. Another reason why I'm more introverted, I'm trying to understand, and I can't hear as well if I'm always talking and interacting with too many energies. Exactly. That's what they say. Eliminate that inner chatter. That inner chatter is you interacting with too many energies. Got to eliminate that type of chatter, that senseless chatter. You got to focus on the energy that matters the most. It's your energy, self energy. A lot of times we focused on all these other energies and they don't really concern us. So we got to focus on the one true energy that matters. That's our energy. Point blank, period. Your energy is the priority. Focus on that energy. Focus on that energy at all times. When you master your energy, man, you're going to master everything that's around you. Meaning by default, you're going to master everyone else's energy because you're so in tune with yourself and your energy. So that's crucial, man. Don't be paying attention to all these other energies and all these other people. Don't do it. That's only going to lead to misery. That's only going to lead to you being frustrated. That's literally all it will lead to. Magic realms, no doubt. That's why they call it detoxing. That's why they call it refinement. That's why they call it cleansing. Must do that. You must do that on a daily basis. That's why people meditate. They tell you to empty that cup. That's something you should be doing on that daily basis. Not something that we must be doing once a year, once a month. Like you must empty that cup on a daily basis. That's very important. It's very crucial. Very important and very crucial, man, to empty that cup on a daily basis, man. That is important. Because sometimes, man, when you pick up on all that other energy and you don't cleanse yourself of that energy consumes you. So you become a product of that energy that you're picking up on, and you don't even realize it. So that may just alter your way of life, man, and you may not even be conscious of it. So it's plenty examples of that. Matter of fact, it's an example that I got in a book that talked about, and this is picking up on the energy of somebody who prepares your food. So that's why they tell you, watch whose food you consume. Like, we do this subconsciously. We don't eat everybody else's food, but it's some actual science behind that in regards to vibrations and frequencies. So they got this old wise tale about a monk, man, and he was in this kingdom to where a cook, the person that prepared his food, when he was at in this palace or this kingdom, the person was real greedy, right? So it was the monk, and you had this king, and then you had the chef. So the chef that prepared the food for the king and the monk was very greedy, a very greedy person. So the monk consumed the food of this greedy chef. So that energy ended up consuming the monk to the point where I forgot what it was that they stole, like that he stole, but he stole like a necklace or something. He stole like a necklace from the king, and that created an uproar in the kingdom. They couldn't figure out who stole the necklace. They would never figure it was the monk that stole the necklace. So the monk ended up going back to his village, or whatever the case may be, wherever he came from. Then he was able to get back in tune with his true nature. And once he started eating foods that was prepared by him, then he came to realize that, man, he stole this necklace. And he stole this necklace because he consumed this food that this greedy chef made, and he took on the energy of that chef, which was greed. So he went back. So he went back to the kingdom and returned the necklace. And they asked him why he stole this necklace. And that's what he said. He was like, man, because he consumed some food that was constructed by a greedy chef. And he took on that energy. So that stuff is important. That energy can consume you to the way to where it impacts you, and you're not even aware of how it has impacted you. It will cause you to do things that's other than yourself. Ricky, peace, what's going on? Dominique, peace, what's going on? Oh, Dominique, I know how I go with the clients. You already know, I know. Yeah, Nero, no. Never want to sleep on self. Never. Like, we never sleep on self. Steven, no, most definitely. It's definitely contagious. And I tell everybody that too. It's contagious on both ends. It's contagious on the negative end. It's contagious on the positive end. So I'd rather have the positive energy be contagious. So I'd rather surround myself with positive people, positive environments, positive mindsets, because that energy is just as contagious as the negative energy. So it's your choice. But a lot of times we choose to entertain the destruction, the chaos, the negativity, the ignorance. And we wonder why our life is a mere reflection of all of that. Because you choosing to entertain it. You choosing to be consumed by it. You have a choice. You don't have to entertain the ignorance. You don't have to entertain the chaos. You don't have to entertain the negativity and destruction. You can entertain things that are positive, empowering, productive, positive. Like, you can choose to entertain those type of things. And your life will be a reflection of that vibe. So a lot of people don't understand that, man. A lot of people don't understand that. Yeah, mahogany, yeah, no doubt. And yeah, that was definitely deep. And that makes you put everything into perspective. Like, I tell people all the time when it comes to like eating meat, I tell people, man, not only is the meat just in and of itself not necessary, but you picking up on a trauma. You picking up on the energy of that particular meat or that animal when it was slaughtered. That's not necessarily the best energy to be picking up on. So people overlook that fact. Man, you picking up on that energy of the animal. And I don't know if you all have watched slaughterhouse documentaries, but like, the energy of those animals before they are slaughtered is not necessarily the best energy. It is traumatizing. And we wonder why our state of mind is so traumatic, because we consuming a lot of these foods that has traumatic energy behind it. So a lot of people don't like when I build on consuming the animals like that, man. They don't think that that's a real thing, but it is. Like I said, man, we not walking around in this destructive state of mind, and what we eat don't have a role to play into that. Nah, what you eat has a big role to play in the destructive mindsets that we tend to possess as a people. You walking around eating these things that were traumatized before they were killed, and we wonder why we so traumatized, and we wonder why we so destructive and angry. We wonder why we harbor the feelings that we have. Man, look at what you are consuming. You are what you eat what you are. Again, you are what you eat what you are. So if you are traumatic, if you are negative, that's how you are going to eat. That's going to be a reflection of the choices that you make in regards to what you consume. So you are eating what you are eating according to your state of mind. Again, emotional eating. When you are an emotional eater, guess what you are doing? You are eating according to that emotional flow. What happens when you tend to eat according to those emotions? You tend to eat things that are destructive, but they give you that temporary feeling of satisfaction. Dominique, no doubt. You can see the fear, you can sense the fear, and it's just, and a lot of these animals are fed unnatural diets before they are slaughtered. So that's creating a disease-ridden animal. So even on top of that, the animal is being fed an unnatural diet. So that's causing the animal to have all type of defects and diseases. And then now they are traumatized on top of that. So that is the worst thing that you could be consuming in regards to just energy. That's the worst thing. Worst thing that you could be consuming in regards to energy. Unconditional healing, no doubt about it. Energy flows where the attention goes. I almost feel like that's poetry in the building, but that's right and exact though. But a lot of people, man, y'all gonna get me started. Y'all gonna get me started in regards to nutrition, man. That's why I continue to tell people, man, let that meat go, man. You consuming death. You are consuming fear. You are consuming anger. You are consuming frustration. You are consuming loneliness. You are consuming the feeling of being abandoned. Man, you taking animals away from their families, yo. So that's a feeling of abandonment. So you consuming that. You consuming all of that energy when you consume these animal products, consuming it. There's no way around it. No way around it. Just look at the way people are acting right here, man. Just look at some of the stuff I described. That can describe a large portion of the population. And I guarantee you a large portion of the population is not eating a lot of fruits, a lot of veggies, a lot of nuts, a lot of seeds. Guarantee you that. Guarantee you they eating a lot of animal products though. And that has a lot to do with the mindset of the people. Dominique, no doubt, man. They pump these animals with all type of antibiotics. They pump these animals with a lot of things that are unnatural, you know, and we wonder why we are disease ridden. Listen, the food you consuming is disease ridden. And they didn't trick some of y'all to believe in if I just cook this meat at a certain temperature, I'm getting rid of all of that. No, incorrect. I'm gonna break that down in another video, but it's some certain things that can lead to cancer that no matter how high you cook that particular meat, not killing it. You can look up TMAO. Just look that up. C square piece, what's going on? So y'all done got me, and that's a lot. That's another thing too that definitely ties into pride and ego in regards to men, specifically black men, when it comes to cleaning up our health. A lot of brothers, man, I don't know why pride gets in the way of a lot of brothers when it comes to cleaning up your health. Man, I didn't have dudes tell me that they not gonna pay another man to train them. Man, if that ain't pride, then what is? You not willing to pay another black man to train you to help you get in shape? That is crazy. I mean, if that ain't the biggest example of pride, I don't know what is. A lot of us, man, we afraid to really do the knowledge to ourselves and our health because, again, that's gonna hold us accountable, and we're gonna have to eat certain foods that we didn't been taught to believe are not real food, men like manly food. You're gonna have to put up the steak, you're gonna have to put up them potatoes and eat you some fruits and veggies, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to humble yourself. You want to make it feel like you are all right. Your heart attacking you, but you want to think that you're strong. You want to think that you can still eat what you eating and just lift a few weights and prevent a heart attack. Nah, you got to clean up what you are eating. And this affects men the most. Like, for the most part, like, I train a bunch of women. For the most part, the women are going to try to at least attempt to do what they need to do to get their health on track. When it comes to the men, they don't want to put that beer down. They don't want to let go of that steak because they done told you that steak is a real man's food. That's what they done told you. That's what they done told you. Like, nah, man, eat that rabbit food. That's real man food right there. That's food a real man should be eating. A real man should be eating his fruits, his veggies, nuts, and seeds. That's what a man should be eating. CC, no doubt, definitely lack the discipline. But man, we just gotta drop. Like, we gotta attain that discipline. We gotta drop the pride, because that's ridiculous for somebody to tell me they're not gonna let another man. They're not gonna pay another man to train them. Wow. Like, that's interesting, man. So you would rather just die. You would rather sit there and die, opposed to just paying a brother that does this for a living to help you get in shape. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Yeah, Tavon. And not only will they pay for a membership, they pay for a membership to not utilize the membership. Listen, I'm one of the ones, and I'm gonna be flat out with you. A lot of these dudes is crazy, because I see this situation a lot. A lot of these men out here have a criteria for how they want a woman's body to look, but they not willing to put in the work themselves to change their body. So how you finna tell a woman that she needs to look a certain type of way to satisfy you when you ain't willing to put in the work to get your body right and exact? So how you finna expect that from your woman? Man, she a reflection of you. So if you're not willing to put in the work yourself, then stop criticizing this woman and her body and telling her what she need to do. If you a couch potato, if you can't let go of the beer, if you can't let go of that toxic steak that you eat in those potatoes that you don't need to be eating together, man, don't criticize that woman's body, man. If you're not willing to put in your work, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't tell that woman she needs to look a certain type of way when you don't care about how you looking, when you don't care about your overall health and well-being. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. That's trash. That's trash, man. Don't send your woman on a health journey so she can create the best body, and you not willing to do that. Come on, man. That's lame and whack. That's lame and whack. Because at the end of the day, you're going to end up holding her back. And I see that too many times. So you're going to end up holding her back. Because what's going to happen is what's going to happen is she going to start doing it. She going to start getting healthier. She going to start looking better. She going to start toning that body up. And she going to start feeling that. She going to start liking that. Meanwhile, the whole time you should have been with her, you wasn't. Now she got all type of eyes on her. She getting all type of attention now because she focused on her body like you wanted her to do. And now you mad at the attention that she is gaining because she has now lost the weight or whatever it is that you wanted her to do. She done did it the natural way. Now you can't handle the attention. Well, you should have been getting off that couch and you should have been cleaning up the way that you was eating right alongside with her. So I ain't got time for that. If you finna sit here and criticize a woman's body, for one, it's a lot harder for that woman to get her body right and exact. It's way easier for us men to do it. I can give y'all a million different reasons as to why it is harder for a woman to maintain a certain shape. Men, we have no issue. We don't give birth. So we don't even have 9 months of the year to where we carry another life inside of us. There is no reason for us men to be sitting around here out of shape and just obese. There's no reason, man. We have no reason. We have no reason. Like, men have no reason to be sitting around here sloppy and not taking care of themselves. None at all. It is no reason. It's no reason. It's no reason at all. It is gross. Like, it's just no reason. And even outside of that, like, it's just still naturally harder for the women to actually, like, especially if it's weight loss, it's harder for her to lose the weight than it is for us. Like, it's just harder. It's harder on them than it is us. Hence why you will see a lot of them going hard, because they have to. Dudes out here just lazy with it. Just lazy with it and stubborn. Like, for real, man. For the most part, dudes that I deal with just lazy and stubborn. Lazy and stubborn when it comes to just getting in shape. Steven, man, most definitely. And I can say that just coming from a black man. I can definitely say that, man. I can vouch for it, man. I'm not going to make it all peaches and cream on our end. Definitely some things we need to work on, and that's one of them. Oh, mahogany, no doubt. Yeah, cows and other large animals. Man, look at the silverback gorilla. Then they going to tell you about the silverback gorilla eating like ants and stuff like that. Well, he eat. Man, but what's the bulk of what they eat? The bulk of what they eat. They was even letting you know back in the day when they was giving you the cartoon with Popeye. Popeye wasn't eating a steak. Popeye wasn't eating a pork chop. Popeye wasn't eating a chicken. Popeye was eating what? Spinach. Spinach. They let you know off the rip. Eat your greens. Yeah, Jay, that whatever that ball of gut where they think that they eating good, no reason to be having that, because now you setting yourself up for type 2 diabetes. What you gonna do with your woman when you type 2 diabetic, or when you type 2 diabetic in your 30s? That's sad, man. That's sad. So we over here glorifying baller gut, which is what they call it, which is what they call it. They call it the disease, like the affluence disease, man. When you start getting on these high paying jobs, man, that's when you see a lot of people's health actually decline. Disease of affluence. So you doing all that, now you type 2 diabetic at 30. You done had your first heart attack at 37. You know what I mean? Like, you too young for all of that. But you telling this woman what she need to do. You telling this woman how her body need to look. Nah. No. Swag, what's going on with you? Ricky, no excuses at all, man. Just execution. It's literally no excuse for a dude not to be in the best shape possible. No, we have no excuses. And again, you ain't gotta go to a gym. You can get in shape at the crib. So it's no excuses for a grown man not to be in just the best shape that he can be in. There's no excuses other than laziness. Literally, we have no excuses. Literally. Where's the scope guy, man? If you need some online consultation, man, just hit me up and I got you. Yeah, Nero, that's what I'm saying. The silverback gorillas, man, we just analyze how they eat. I mean, man, nature letting you know how you should be eating. Nature lets you know. Nature lets you know. And even still, when people bring up to me, it's a lot of things that I don't like in regards when people bring up, oh, well, our ancestors ate meat. Again, I really don't care what my ancestors did in regards to that. We not really actually supposed to be living like they live. That's called primitive living. We supposed to grow and evolve. So if we eating and doing the same things that they were doing 1,000 years ago, then we living wrong. We living wrong. We supposed to be better versions of them. We're not supposed to be doing the same things that they did. So we supposed to grow and evolve from their way of life. And we supposed to make it a better way of life. So that's not the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I believe my ancestors did it. So a lot of people don't understand that. Secondly, when they were eating the meat back in the day, 1,000 years ago, they was eating the meat in a way different state than we currently consume the meat. Wasn't nowhere near as processed as the meat that I'm currently talking about. So, like, again, people just like to bring that type of stuff up, man. But those are two terrible arguments. Yeah, Zamani. Yeah, olive oil. Again, let you know what you need to be doing right there in the cartoon. Magic Rim, man. Spinach is one of the best foods that you can consume. Spinach is a superfood. But they got us thinking meat is the superfood. Nah, spinach is the true superfood. Swag, bell peppers bell peppers are good for vitamin C. So if you're looking to build up that immune system during this particular time, bell peppers contain a lot of vitamin C. A lot of people don't know that. Vitamin C, they think orange. Bell peppers got all the vitamin C along with broccoli, mangoes, strawberries, Those things contain a lot of vitamin C. More vitamin C per serving than an orange. So bell peppers are good. Yeah, Jay, full of all type of parasites, man. Ain't nothing like listen, ain't nothing cool about that. Ain't nothing cool about that at all, man. I feel like as a man, like I don't have a right to criticize the body of a woman if I'm not, for one, if I'm not striving to be right there with her, putting in the work with her. Because again, they're gonna be a reflection of you. Because what's gonna happen is, listen, if you encourage your woman to put in that work and she start putting in that work and she start getting healthier and she start forming that body up and toning that body up, listen, she gonna reach that point where she gonna be too good for you. Flat out, man, just flat out. She gonna reach that point where she gonna be too good for you, man, because at the end of the day, you gonna start holding her down. She adopted this new healthier lifestyle and you didn't. That's holding her back and down. So at the end of the day, that's gonna, like, listen, she may move on from you once she reached this state and you weren't there right beside her putting in the work. No, that's something that you do together collectively. You want your woman to look a certain type of way, you put in the work with her. You know, you change the way that you eating along with her. You give her the information, you do the knowledge to it, man. You guide her. Man, don't just tell her she needs to do this, she needs to lose this, she needs to gain that. Nah, man, what are you doing? Yeah, Dominique, I can't stand to see it, man. I can't stand to see it because for the most part, when I see these dudes with a gut, I know what the problem is. For the most part, the biggest problem be that alcohol that they don't want to let go, that they don't need to be drinking for the most part. But then it goes right back into the meat and potatoes, like just the stuff that they have called man food. Oh, Gay University, no doubt. Oh, CC, I want to do a video about that, man, about according to the Bible, the way that we should eat. Basically, the Bible let you know that you should just about be a fruitarian for the most part. Ricky, yes, broccoli is good. See, what you've heard about broccoli is they call it a hybrid vegetable, but no, broccoli is solid. It's a lot of benefits to broccoli, and it is also vegan. Yeah, Jay, man, like I said, it's just laziness, man. And these brothers really do not be striving to evolve, and that stuff is corny to me. Very corny to me. Yeah, Dominique, and what they call that now, the Daniel fast, like that's actually a name for a fast, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, Sean, man, you got it. What's happening is this what happens. Because I can tell you right now, you can go without meat. It's easy. It's just a mind thing at this point. But what happens too initially when you start the process or you lay off meat for a while, you're gonna start experiencing those type of symptoms that may seem like an indication that you may need to revert back to it. You're gonna start getting weak, start getting sick. Those things are normal. Those things happen. That's your body cleansing itself. But as far as going the rest of your life with it, I guarantee you can do that, especially when done properly. It's just more of a mental attachment to the meat that makes you feel like you don't know if you can go the rest of your life with it. That's all that is. But according to the vitamins and minerals that the body needs, you can definitely go without it. Definitely. Oh, Tavon, man, like we already know most of these rappers are not who they claim to be, not what they claim to be. I got the knowledge from people in the game, letting you know that some of these brothers out here encouraging you to drink alcohol and they don't drink. You know, they telling you to degrade women. Meanwhile, they a family man. So again, you know, you seen Beyonce. She was like all my single ladies, and she married. So we already know how that type of stuff go. We know how the entertainment industry goes. We know the messages and energy that they trying to dish out here, you know. So we know how that go. Jamar, peace, what's going on? But again, y'all stay tuned with your boy. I'm gonna let y'all know how to do this vegan thing the righteous way. I'm gonna let you know how to do the very vegetarian thing the righteous way. Gotta do it the righteous way. It's a process. Again, if you've been indulging in a way of life for 40 plus years, then of course you're gonna feel like you're not able to deviate from that lifestyle for the rest of your life. You've been doing it for 30, 20 plus years. Of course you're gonna feel like, I don't think I can do this. But I'm telling you, I'm here to tell y'all right now, nobody was more of a savage when it came to eating the meat than me right before I transitioned. And I was like a smaller frame dude. And this was right when I was going to college and had to put on weight. So I was eating any and everything, straight up savage, because I was trying to put on 20 pounds. So I was not playing with them. And I made that transition right when I came into that knowledge, man. And that's all I used to eat. So I'm telling you, if I can do it, I know anybody can do it. Mahogany, the current agenda, man, what part of the current agenda? Y'all saw my post on YouTube. Y'all saw the little post in the community post, a community wall, when I basically said at some point in the near future, they are going to tell my people, they're going to tell everybody that now it is okay to not wear masks. And guess what? When they come out and tell the people that now is the time where you cannot wear a mask in the public, we gonna listen to them. And that's gonna reveal a lot about people. Oh, Ricky, man, what you waiting on? You got it. The time is now. Just start doing it. Don't procrastinate. Don't even try to do it. Just eat cleaner. See, trying, well, we don't know, like a lot of times, man, like the way the mind works. See, the mind doesn't like for things to be complicated. The mind seeks the path of least resistance. So this one thing we got to realize, when you try, that's effort. That's effort. What we got to understand too, the mind and all that type of stuff is lazy. That's why we creatures of habit. That's why we strive to make a habit, a routine out of everything, because the mind don't like to utilize that energy by effort or via effort. So the mind is just like us with being an introvert. The mind like, look, all right, you finna keep doing this. I'm gonna just make it a habit, so I ain't got to think about doing it every time you do it. So when it comes to things like eating clean, the moment you say that you're gonna try to do it, you done created a conflict, because in order to try to do something, you got to utilize that effort. You got to make it effortless. So don't try to do it, just do it. Just be clean, eat clean, do things that's clean. Don't try to do it though, just do it. That's the best advice I can give you. Do not try to do it, just do it. Like, you know, you need to do it, do it. Trial and error. You're going to figure everything else out. Just do it though. Oh yeah, Sean, man, we all a work in progress. We all a work in progress. But yeah, like I was saying about the mask, man, that's about to happen. At some point, they're gonna come out and let the people know that, hey, it's okay not to wear your mask, and the people gonna listen to that. People gonna listen to that. So when they tell people to not wear the mask, this is what my question is gonna be. When they tell people that it's okay to not wear the mask anymore, and the people stop wearing the mask, my question to the people that stopped wearing a mask, that was telling me that, hey, we need to wear a mask. Well, what happened to the virus overnight? Because this is going to happen overnight, right? So we gonna wake up one day and it's going to be okay to go outside without your mask. So this is going to happen overnight. So at that particular point, when that happens, I'm going to need to know, how do you all know that the virus is not out there? Y'all just trusting your government, just like you trusted them when they said wear the mask. And they gave you all this type of so-called science to validate that reasoning or that recommendation. But at one point, we're going to wake up one day and they're going to be like, all right, it's cool to not wear your mask outside. And I can't wait till that happens, because I'm a prove a lot of people to I'm gonna just prove a lot of things to a lot of different people, man. That's just what, when that happens, that's what, like, it's just gonna reveal a lot. Oh yeah, Magic Rim, like, yep, exactly. And it's just like I said, it's demonstrating the control, man. You see the power that they truly possess. The power that they truly possess, man. They smacking you in the face with this power, man. They letting you know how powerful they really are. And like I said, a lot of times we just overlook it, but it is what it is. They letting us know the power that they truly possess, man, getting us to do things, or we basically trusting them blindly. So if they tell us to do something, we listening. Oh, Jamar, no doubt, man. They listen. If you ever thought the president had any power, man, you was just all bad out here. Down to see peace, what's going on? Yeah, if you ever thought the president was one of power, then you were all bad out here. Sean Steve, substitute for chicken and beef. Man, it's just a lot of different, like for beef, they got that like beyond beef. That's pretty solid for that, and it don't contain any soy. It don't contain any soy. And like chicken, a lot of people use cauliflower as a substitute for chicken, like cauliflower wings and things like that. Man, when you do them the right way, they are pretty good. But beef, when it comes to like ground beef and things like that, the Beyond Beef crumbles, pretty solid. Then the cauliflower, man, when you spice them up, man, and you make wings out of the cauliflower, man, they taste legit. Yeah, Jamar, if anybody believed that we lived in a democracy, they are a fool. If anybody believes that we live in a democracy, they are a fool. Flat out. That is not what we live in. You all know about Plato and the Republic and all that. When we used to get up, we used to say, "Into the Republic for which it stands." What they say, one nation under God, like they was having us pledge to that new world order right there, man. We was doing a pledge of allegiance to the Republic, man. That's cold word. To the Republic for which it stands. Not to the democracy for which it stands. Like it didn't say that. To the Republic for which it stands. Like we were saying that pledge. They had us all looking like slaves out there, right hand over the chest. I know y'all remember that. We just reciting this pledge. Yeah, Jay, man, all these places getting in on it. They know at the end, and that kind of scares me too, because they know it's money to be made. But yeah, a lot of places are starting to offer more vegan options. Man, Malcolm X was like the goat of all goats. And I watched that movie One Night in Miami, centered around him, Muhammad Ali, Jim Brown, and Sam Cooke. That movie is dope for anybody that has yet to see it. It's a very dope movie. Give you a lot of perspective, man, but that's a dope movie. And I resonated with the character of Malcolm, of course, in that particular movie. So I definitely recommend that joint. Yeah, swag. I've heard about that pizza. I've yet to try it though. Magic rims. Yep. What's crazy is it was somebody in the comments. One of the videos I did for the thumbnail, I had somebody burning the flag, man, and somebody came into the comments telling me that I need to chill out on using that as an image. I said, here y'all go. Y'all think I'm about to live in fear. Why should I feel some type of way about, like, why should I care about a flag? Like, why should I care about the American flag? Please give me a reason why I should care about the American flag. Please give me a reason why I should care about anything that's red, white, and blue. that's color coded red, white, and blue? Please give me a reason. One Night in Miami. That's the movie. But give me a reason why I should respect that flag. The flag that my ancestors were disrespected under. So you know what I mean? Like, I was proud of myself because I didn't respond to the brother in his comment. The brother kind of praised some of the content, but then at the end of it was saying that he was cool with everything that I said, but he don't fool with me having an image of the flag burning. I'm like, man, you must have been in the military or something. That ain't got nothing to do with me, but whatever it is, you got an attachment to the flag that you shouldn't have. There is nothing red, white, and blue where I live. I don't embrace and worship nothing that has red, white, and blue attached to it. And rightfully so. If anybody want to feel some type of way about it, we can have that discussion. There is no reason for me or any other black person to truly respect that flag. The way our people was disrespected by the people who created that flag. I always deal with the foundation and the origins. So my people were disrespected by the creators of that flag. So that's what I associate that flag with. So I have no respect for that flag, because that flag, the people who created it, ain't had no respect for my people. So why should I respect it? So they can miss me with that. They can miss me with that. Just like you defending, like dudes defending people burning the flag. Meanwhile, the people that created that flag the flag ain't had no problem burning crosses and leaving them in the yards of your ancestors. Come on now. Man, I don't care nothing about an American flag. I burn it proudly. I don't care nothing about it. I don't keep a flag on me. I don't represent the flag. I don't need to stand up for national anthems and all that. Man, I don't really care about it. The end of the day, if they wouldn't have did what they did to a lot of my ancestors, man, for the most part, probably wouldn't be where I'm at right now. Oh yeah, Tavon, no doubt. Like I said, man, y'all see the type of flags that I'm coming with. Y'all see the stuff that I'm representing. It ain't gonna be anything red, white, and blue. It may be some red, black, and green, or some black, gold, and white type deal, but it ain't gonna ever be red, white, and blue. Not doing it. So again, I'm not concerned about putting an image of a flag burning my thumbnail, man. I don't care nothing about that. So for the people that think they can make threats to me in regards to that, try again. That's not instilling any fear. For the most part, you probably gonna make me turn ignorant, and I will probably have every thumbnail be the flag burning. So you shouldn't have said that, because now you gonna make me be kind of crazy with it. Almost every other thumbnail I do might have a flag burning to some extent. Oh, mahogany honey. You see what's behind me. You see the color scheme behind me. Most definitely. Dominique, and that's all I'm talking about. Let's talk about the origin and the foundation of an American flag. Who created the flag? The people that created the flag had my people enslaved. They didn't care. They didn't make that flag with us in mind. So that flag has nothing to do with me. If anything, that flag is associated with my people being enslaved, my people being raped, murdered, pillaged, all of that. That's what that flag is associated with in my eyes. Oh, Trey being, oh yeah, that abs, yeah, that joint, that's a nice joint. Then that remind me of like Razcast when he did Nature of the Threat, which, man, he was dropping jewels on that. Oh, Sean Steed, that's cool with me. I got an uncle that was in the military, and he said when he died, don't put that American flag on his casket, because you know that's a tradition. That's a tradition. My uncle said, do not create that flag. I mean, do not place that flag on his casket. That is, he said, don't do that when he died. And this man was in the military. And I'm like, exactly. I can definitely rock with and respect that. Yeah, I'm getting a little sidetracked, man. I'll be having to tend to clients and whatnot and all that good stuff. Snuggle 668. No. See that's how see they bring that type of stuff up. Listen, they do that. That's like when they tried to say that the black woman was in on the creation of the coronavirus vaccine. See, they do that. They do that for a specific reason, man. And they do that to pacify black people. If they make it look like a black woman was in on the American flag, then that will pacify the black people. When in reality, no, they just trying to include the black person for that particular reason. The whole origin of that American flag is white. Just like the coronavirus vaccine, a black woman ain't have nothing to do with that. They gonna say a black woman did to pacify black people and say, hey, listen, black woman was behind the vaccine. Yay, let's get the vaccine. No, black woman was in on the creation of the American flag. Let's fight for America. No. Tony, my G, there you go, man. Appreciate you tapping in and just being inspired to put in the work and put things into motion. That's all I asked for. That's all I asked for, man. So shout out to my man Tony. We put that on the screen. Tony say he started his website Friday, man. Where the website at? I want to support it. I want to bring some traffic to the website. Solo T40, what's going on? Snuggle 668, no doubt about it, man. Appreciate the question. You always come with the questions, and we appreciate the questions. We appreciate them questions, no doubt. But we creating our own flags around here. We don't represent for this country, man. That ain't never cared about us, man. And that's the foundation of it. So I ain't about that foundation has yet to be destroyed. So that foundation still exists. Sometimes it's overt, sometimes it's covert. But at the end of the day, that foundation still exists. So I ain't rocking with them. I ain't rocking with them. Y'all see who I'm rocking with. Khalid Muhammad in the background. I rock with that type of mindset and mentality. That's the type of mentality. That's the type of mindset that I'm rocking with, man. That Khalid mentality. You know what I'm saying? That Huey Newton, Marcus Garvey. Y'all see Muhammad Ali, man. Again, Muhammad Ali was one of a kind. He was willing to go to prison for stuff he stood on. He was in the prime of his career, man. And he stood on his square. Like, man, Muhammad Ali was about that life. He wasn't selling himself out, man. He stood on his square. He was like, he ain't going over here to fight for his country. He stood on that in the prime of his career, man. Like Muhammad Ali was truly about that life, man. That's one thing. That's one reason why I big time respect Muhammad Ali, man, for standing on his square like that. That's something, man. It would have been so easy for Muhammad Ali to be like, you know what? Nah, I'm finna keep on. I'm finna go do what they want me to do. Nah, Muhammad Ali was like, look, I'm willing to go to jail for this. I'm willing to go to prison for this. I ain't doing it. Snuggle 668, good question. Put the question on the screen. What would you like to see created by the people? Man, everything. I want to see us create more of everything. See, we got a lot of intelligent people in all aspects of life amongst the original people of the planet Earth. But a lot of times we take our talents to white corporations. We need to take those talents and create our own corporations, utilizing these talents, utilizing that intelligence. So just on a scientific level, man, all of these creations, like all of the weaponry, all of the advanced weaponry that they creating, I want us to come together and create that. So we can have something to fight with when it's really time to go to war. If somebody try to threaten our communities and things of that nature. So I feel like instead of helping them create this type of technology and this type of weaponry, weaponry. We need to do that for ourselves. So that's one thing I want to see us do, man. We need to branch off on the technological end, and we need to do more things that's black owned in that space, in the tech space. Like we need to have black, like, you know how we got Apple? We need to have a black version of Apple. Microsoft, we need to have a black version of Microsoft. See, we work in these corporations, so they got our intelligence. They stole a lot of this from us, but we need to create those type of corporations. We need the black Walmart and things of that nature. We need a black Target. We need a black version of all these major chains. We need black versions of this, man. We intelligent enough to create the same things that they got us out here buying. So we need to have our own version of all of that. And there's no reason why we shouldn't. Steven, yeah, that's what I was saying. Yep. Black gas stations. Like we need all of that. We need all that. Freezing the game, man. Muhammad Ali, the way he broke things down was just so precise and right and exact and simple. He did not complicate any of his breakdowns. And that's one thing I really respected about Muhammad Ali. He broke it down. You understood exactly where he stood. Oh, Shine, man, listen. Ooh, no. Yeah, a lot of brothers, no, not today, would not have made that sacrifice. Would not have made that sacrifice. Muhammad Ali stood on that square and he did not back down. Man, you could not intimidate Muhammad Ali, man. Muhammad Ali was going to associate with the NOI, no matter who was backing him, no matter who was throwing money his way, no matter who was donating the money, who was sponsoring him. He wasn't going to sell himself out, man. Muhammad Ali is that dude. I don't think we have ever seen another. We will never see ever see another Muhammad Ali, for real, man. Because that dude, he was really about that life. Antoinette, most that everything black everything. Where's the scope guy, man? I gotta watch that joint. Yeah, Steven, and Steven, man, I'm glad you saying that, because that's another thing that I feel like we buy all these high quality products from these foreigners and white folks. Why can't we have the same version on the black end? This what happened though. Master P is one of the people trying to do that. Master P got some shoes that's very expensive. If you can't afford to buy the shoe, then that's cool. But man, don't knock the man for making his clothes that expensive, because we'll go out here and we'll pay $300 and $400 to these foreigners for their clothing line, for their clothes. So yeah, Master P is trying to do the same thing. So if you can't afford the clothes, then buy something else from Master P that you can't afford. They shouldn't be the only one. Look, listen, these foreigners and these white folks shouldn't be the only ones able to make shirts that's $300, to make shoes that's $200, $300. We should be able to do the same thing. Again, if I can't afford $300 shoes, then I'm gonna buy something from Master P that I can afford. Point blank, period. So we need our own everything, man. We should be able to go to our own people for whatever. If I feel like buying a high quality shirt, I should be able to go to somebody black to get that high quality shirt. If I feel like spending some money on some shoes, I should be able to go to somebody that's righteous, that's black, and buy them high quality, high price shoes. If I want to do that, if I want to splurge like that and focus on materials for a moment, I should be able to go to a black person. If I want to get a car, man, we should start making cars and everything. Like all of that. Oh, Tony, man, no doubt. You can always send that sweater, man, and I go ahead and promote that for you, man. Y'all, you know, I'll be hitting up the videos and whatnot. So whenever you want to send it, just let me know. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram or, you know, friends with me on Facebook, but you can find me on one of those particular platforms and I can give you all the information. Yeah, Jay West, what it is, Master P and Baron Davis. I'm all for it. Matter of fact, I'm still gonna get some of them shoes from Master P, man. I just gotta, you know, I'm gonna get some of them joints. Yeah, Dominique, no doubt. A lot of people get to hating on Master P as well. A lot of people get to hating on Master P as well, man. And that stuff be crazy. That's that hate. That's that jealousy. Sean Steve, a cool. I have been hearing about that, man. I gotta support him. Freezing the game, and that's, man, you moving like the Black Panthers, man. Policing your own community. We really need that. Like, we really need that big time, along with our own like hospital facilities and things like that. Holistic facilities, man. Because we don't want to call anything a hospital. I don't like that terminology. But we definitely need to be policing our own communities, neighborhoods, and whatnot, and stop relying on these Nazis and Klan members to do that for us. So we got to police the police like the Panthers were doing. Anais, that's another good one. Black Airline. All of this, we needed black. And I know that we can do it because guess what? We working for these corporations that's producing all of this. They utilizing our intelligence and our energy to produce these things. So we in all of these fields. We just not doing it for our people and doing it for ourselves. Oh, freezing the game. You in there. See, you doing what needs to be done. You saw something that needed to be black, and you created a black version of it. Props, kudos. That's most definitely how we need to be moving. That's what I'm doing on my end. Like the gym that I got, this is only the beginning. I'm trying to create black gym chains. We don't see enough of that. So I'm trying to create a large black gym chain. Freezing the game. We got it. We in there. Ricky, we definitely need more gardens. You know, they be trying to outlaw that. You know, we start growing our own foods. They're going to try to tell you can't do it. They're going to try to make a law. So that's why we got to have our own military and things like that. When they start trying to enforce these laws on us, if we come together and we create the weapons that's necessary, and then we have a military, don't matter what type of laws they enforce on us, we can protect ourselves. So at the end of the day, that's really something that we need. That's really something we need, that military, man, because at the end of the day, we get all this stuff cracking and they just come in and Black Wall Street us, Rosewood us, and they bomb everything. Matter of fact, I don't know if you all, on top of all of those, you got Black Wall Street, Rosewood, you got a lot of little communities. Look up something called the Slocum Massacre. That happened in Texas. That joint was crazy. The Slocum Massacre. I might do a video on that joint if y'all haven't heard about that. Slocum Massacre. That joint was crazy. That's another one of those Black Wall Street situations that went under the radar. A lot of people don't know about that joint. Slocum Massacre, man. That joint crazy. Like I said, I might just do a video on it just to provide the knowledge. Yeah, freezing the game. That's what I'm saying, man. They be trying to outlaw having your own garden out here. You almost got to do that in secret. And that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But again, if we had our own military, stuff wouldn't matter. Like I said, I'm a big fan of separation. Because it's just, we can't coexist in peace. We can't coexist in peace, man. So we just got to separate. We got to have our thing. They got to have their thing. And we just got to agree not to tamper with each other. So we'll let, like, I'm a fan of having the white side and the black side if they don't bother the black side. The problem is they bother the black side. Once we start thriving, they want to bomb us. So I don't have no problem with them saying, hey, this is the white side of town. Don't come over here, as long as they understand that this is the black side of town. If y'all come over here, we're going to handle y'all accordingly. So I ain't really got no problem with things being like that. As long as we can agree to those terms, like, hey, like, this is our side of town. We're going to be thriving. We're going to be doing what we need to do. This is going to be our form of currency. This is how we're going to operate. Woo, wah, wham. And they can respect that. Don't bother it. But we know how that goes. We know how that goes. Yeah, Magic Realms, man, that massacre was sick. It was sick. I mean, it was sick like all the other massacres, but this one goes under the radar. A lot of people don't really mention it because a lot of people don't know about it. Oh, Dominique, no doubt. No doubt. Most of the people that's going to do you dirty going to be your own kind. Because guess what? Guess what? Who are when it comes to being the most lost. Who is that? The black people in the wilderness of North America. We are the most lost individuals. We are the most mindless individuals. So it doesn't surprise me that you have been done dirty for the most part by your own kind, because we are the most mindless. We are the most lost. We are the most brainwashed. We are the ones who lack knowledge of self the most. That's us. So that's why I say it's our duty to really reprogram the people. So I understand how I go. So I understand how I go. And like I said, I'm able to look at things through that lens too. So when a brother does me dirty sometimes, for the most part, he actually mimicking these Europeans. He mimicking the white man. He trying to move like the white man. The white man's nature is to deceive you. So what's happening is they have taken on the nature of the slave master. They have taken on the nature of the white man. So they start doing things like deceiving their own people, because that's what the white man does. So again, they acting other than their true self. So that's why you will see a lot of black people deceive their own kind. That's what tends to happen. Oh, Tavon, man, every time I see brothers out there slinging something, man, if I got it on me, I'll make sure I support it. I may not ever listen to the CD, but I'm gonna buy it though. Jay West got a good question. All right. So he said, how do we deal with mixed couples? I'm gonna leave that open for y'all to answer that. How we deal with mixed couples. At the end of the day, the way that I see it may not be the most favorable perspective or position, because I really don't trust you at that point. If you black man with white woman, and I have told you, like, we have never been able to coexist when we allow too many of them in our space. They always gonna try to dominate and control the movement. So if you allow all of these mixed couples in, you are allowing a lot of white people into the mix. When you do that, by nature, they're gonna think that they are more powerful than you. They are above you, whether they admit it consciously or not. So what's gonna happen is they gonna once again strive to control everything. So that's my issue with the mixed couples. Now, again, that is mixed couple. That is not me saying that we need to discriminate from a child against a child that was conceived by the mixed couple. Different ball game. Child should not suffer. Again, child don't have to suffer. But the mixed couple, that is where we got to learn to draw a line, man, because again, we got to learn to have our own things and not really allow them to be in the mix. So some things we just can't have them in on it, because we already know how it goes. We already know how we didn't ended up in those particular situations. Again, it's not a favorable opinion. It's not an opinion that people will like, but that's how I view the situation, because I don't trust them in that. And history is on my side. Freezing the game, no doubt. No doubt. And I agree with that 100%. Mr. Know-It-All. What's crazy? I don't know if y'all can answer this, man, but like the gender war, like this stuff is crazy. Am I tripping, or is this like the most popular thing on YouTube these days? Is the gender wars? Like I don't know. I'm honestly starting to feel like the powers that be are behind this, because I be getting recommended videos. I'm not even subscribed to some of these cats, and I be getting recommended these videos where black men going in on black women and vice versa. I'm like, why am I getting recommended these? I don't even watch this. Why am I getting recommended these videos, yo? This ain't got nothing to do with what I'm on. But it's like I've been seeing this heavy. But I got to dig deep to find something that's positive. I got to dig deep to find something that's unifying. But it don't take, all I got to do is turn on my YouTube right now, and it's going to be a bunch of things. It's going to be a bunch of disagreements, a bunch of us going at each other. So it don't take me nothing to come across that. Am I the only one that's been noticing that, or am I just tripping? Dominique, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. I have no problem. I'm not even gonna say that. I'm gonna be lying. I do have problems with the white folks out here, but I can have conversations with the white folks. I can respect some of these white folks, but at the same time, I feel like we need to have our own. So we need to have things where they are excluded, because history has shown us that every time we include them in some things, we end up at the bottom for whatever reason. So we need to have some things that we control. This is not saying that, hey, white people, you this, that, and the third. This is just saying, hey, this is for us, by us. It is for black people. We need to have some things specifically for us that we control. That ain't got nothing to do with me hating white people. That's just saying we need to control some things on our own, without their help, without their assistance, without their involvement. Mr. Know-it-all, it's a reason, like the whole our relationship with some Africans is not the best, because what people don't understand, Africa was also colonized as well. A lot of parts of Africa were colonized as well. So it may be me saying that we are the most lost. That could be a toss-up, because it's a lot of Africa, especially when you get to like South Africa. So Africa was colonized as well. So it might be equal across the board. I don't know. But I know here we are definitely lost. But the Africans, you have a lot of colonized Africans as well. And a lot of them, they have created this division between the Africans and then the so-called African Americans, to the point where we tend to think Africans don't like us and all this type of stuff. Man, they created that division. I know a lot of African brothers that I'm cool with that said, man, if you come back to Nigeria, we will treat you like a king. This is what I was told. But let them tell it, man, Africans don't like us. That's the case on some levels because of the programming. Before the Africans come here, they sit these Africans down and they show them a depiction of black people in America that's not necessarily a reality. And that's what creates that perception. That's what instills that dislike in them. So they do that intentionally. That's them white folks doing that. That's them white folks turning the Africans against the black folks in America. They don't naturally have that disdain for us. They don't naturally have that distrust for us. That was created and manufactured. So, Mr. Know-it-all, we need to do our work on all ends. Even my African brothers. There's some African brothers that be on this stream. You need to do your duty in Africa to educate your people that are lost, because there's people in Africa that are lost, that's not in tune with their true culture. And we need to continue to do our duty here in America, because again, the universe is ours. It ain't just Africa. It ain't just the United States. Wherever we go, we at home. But we need to just do a better job of educating those that are lost. My lessons say it's the duty of the civilized to teach the uncivilized. So we must do that duty, at least attempt to do that duty. Oh yeah, Tavon, man, and it's crazy because I have been seeing that in regards to like the little dating coaches that you're talking about. Like things be getting interesting, but I don't even know why I be getting recommended some of that stuff. And it's not like I get like one recommendation, man. It'd be like a lot of recommendations. I'm like, hold on, man, hold up. But it be some strange advice being given out here. I'd be like, whoa, like it's some strange advice like that be given out here that I be hearing about. Oh, freezing the game. Listen, we're gonna bring that to the surface. Can you touch on how important it is to remain Machiavellian? If you haven't read The Prince, I recommend reading that book. That Machiavelli. But how important it is to remain Machiavellian in these times is chess, not checkers. I don't mean to deceive. I mean, don't let them know we build it. Work in silence. 48 laws. Listen, that is of utmost importance to move that way. That's why I don't necessarily have a problem with things like the 48 laws of power, art of war, the prince. We got to understand, we got to be strategic. We got to be strategic. So manipulation, like you can use manipulation as a tool for the betterment of your people. You can use manipulation as a tool to be destructive. All right. So we got to learn how to use manipulation as a tool for the benefit of our people. We got to learn, like you said, it's chess, not checkers, man. We got to learn how to be a little bit more strategic, meaning we got to learn to be proactive instead of reactive. We got to meet in secret. We got to discuss certain things in secret. We can't let them know. Undisclosed locations, just like they have a lot of bases set up. Undisclosed locations. They discuss a lot of these things in secret. We need to move the same exact way. We announce too much. Man, look, idiots be getting on Facebook. They be getting on live, toting the guns, having shootouts on the live, wondering why they getting jammed up in the system. You idiot. Stop doing these things. Stop doing these things, man. We need y'all. These brothers out here that's in the streets, y'all the soldiers. Y'all the soldiers. We need y'all. Y'all gonna be part of the army. So we need y'all, brothers. But y'all gotta think. Y'all gotta be wiser. You know you got enemies out here. Why are you getting on a live that discloses your location? And then we wonder why the brother then got shot and killed. Or we wonder how the brother got tracked down, shot and killed. Man, you getting on live thinking you are invincible and you have enemies out here. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. You making it easier for the enemy. You're pushing it 4T, no doubt. Yes, I definitely do. I definitely do. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if you got like Instagram or you on Facebook. You can look me up on one of those platforms and we can build on the details for that. Tavon, yeah, trader. That's how I feel. Yeah, Magic Realms, man. I be feeling like a lot of that information, a lot of that advice is weird, man. I don't, I just feel like a lot of that stuff is weird, man. But that it shows me that a lot of people really lack self-esteem, because in my right mind, I'm not about to allow somebody to tell me who I deserve and who I don't deserve in regards to the type of person that I'm about to date or trying to date or whatever it is. I'm not going to allow anybody to tell me what I'm worth. I just don't have that in me. But I know people different. I know some people that they lack that self-esteem and they need somebody else to tell them that. Not me. Keisha, peace. What's going on with you? Oh, Lachelle, definitely the hometown great. Oh, Dominique, no doubt. No doubt, bro. You got it. You got it. Mr. Know-it-all, man, it's crazy, man. We cashing in on self-destruction. We giving our time and energy to things that's not even building us up. I can't understand that. Magic Realm, I'm noticing that. And what's crazy, a lot of people are capitalizing on that. I guess that's why people tell me, oh, your channel should be this, that, and the third. I guess that's why my channel will never be this, that, and the third, because I'm more so, my underlying message is unification. I'm not about to put one against the other. I ain't in me to do that. I may point out some things that we need to do as black men, and I may point out some things that black women probably can afford to do based off of my experience with them. I really don't like to speak on the black woman's angle because I can't really relate because I'm not that. So, I like to listen to a lot of black women to soak up game. And then if I build on any perspective from the black woman, it's from a black woman's perspective based off of what I have heard, what I've been told. But I've been noticing some weird stuff going on YouTube, man. It's just like every other time I look up, man, I'm seeing some things being suggested to me and recommended to me that's just like black man versus black woman, black man versus black man, black woman versus black woman. Like what? Steven, that's crazy. Like, are you subscribed to him? Man, I'm not subscribed to any of them. Like I'm man, listen, when I don't have people ask me about some of them, I'm like, man, who are you talking about? I don't even know who people, I don't even know some of these people. So that's by design to me. Like that's by design to me. That stuff crazy. I know it's some people that's saying that's spitting some more positivity and some unification messages out here that you can't see them, can't find them, man. That's crazy. Oh, Steven, nope, man. Yeah, definitely divide and conquer and mahogany. That's the last thing they want. The very last thing they want. This the thing. All right. So they listen, they want they if you procreate, if two black people procreate, then they want that household to become dysfunctional. So then when you procreate, they're gonna show you all this dysfunction. So then, all right, now we done had the child, now everything's dysfunctional. So now the child grows up confused and grows up, and all they know is dysfunction. So they don't want the child to see any positive examples of black man, black woman. Nope. Dominique, man, I don't care how good you exactly. I don't care how good a white woman treats you. Nobody can treat a black man better than a black woman. It cannot happen. That white woman cannot treat you as good or as great as that black woman. She will never be in tune with you like that black woman can be. It just can't happen. I'm sorry to inform some of you brothers of that. You cannot be connected to that white woman, man, like you can be connected to that black woman. It is just, you just can't do it. Sorry to inform you. Sorry to inform some of you brothers that love to play in the snow and love to play on the white side of town. Sorry to inform some of you brothers of that. Don't mean to burst your bubble, but that's just an actual fact. That's just an actual fact. Rude boy, peace, peace. You're pushing it 4T, no doubt. I'm aware that it sells because again, even in my marketing books, they let you know one of the best things to talk about is like relationships and things like that. But man, it's just like some of the stuff is so obvious. Like some of the dudes out here are saying some things that are so obviously for shock value. It's like, wow. That's one thing I don't like is like clickbait and things that I know are like for shock value. I can't stand that. Mr. Know-It-All, no doubt. And I'm glad Mr. Listen, woo, Africans just passed a free trade agreement to create more intra-African trade. Ghana had their year of return for blacks in the diaspora. Don't let non-Africans tell you how Africans feel about you. Man, that's a fact. And that goes right back to what I said in regards to my Nigerian brothers that I know that told me that if I go back to Nigeria, they will treat me like a king. The people that's telling me the Africans don't like me are non-Africans. All the Africans that I've ever interacted with embrace me and let me know to come back to the country. So right and exact. Right and exact. Like that was on point. Mahogany, we definitely need that code. That's something that we gonna work on, man. That's something that I got in the work. I'm gonna need y'all assistance for that, but we gonna work on that though. Oh, you're pushing it, man. I appreciate that. I just saw that on my phone, man. Appreciate that donation via the cash. I appreciate that. We gonna build though. Mr. Know-It-All, man, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't even as hip in regards to like the whole this red pill movement, man, I'm not even knowledgeable on that type of stuff, man, because I feel like that I don't even care what that stuff means, because my underlying theme is the unification of black people. So I don't be knowing what a red pill is, what a blue pill is, what a pink pill is. All I know is black man, woman, and child unification. That's it. I don't be knowing anything about them particular communities, man. I don't even know. Y'all be educating on me. Rude boy, when it comes to judging women, how so do you mean? Everybody, to me, everybody judges. It's something that we say we shouldn't do and don't do, but everybody judges. And sometimes prejudging the situation or a person can save your life. So I'm gonna always have a judgment, not necessarily saying that my judgment is right or wrong, but I'm gonna always kind of prejudge a situation before I make a move. So most definitely, but I don't prejudge without kind of knowing some basics about the particular person. So I'm not gonna necessarily look at a person and judge just based off of what I see. That's incorrect. I'm gonna kind of create my judgment after I have like an interaction with that particular person. And that judgment can still be incorrect. They could have just been having a bad day, but I got to gather some intel before I even manifest any type of judgment at all. Oh, Keisha, no doubt. And and then just from that perspective, like I said, I train a lot of black women as well, just being a personal trainer. So I get a lot of that perspective. Man. So it's like a lot of things that I get hip to, just based off of listening to black women. And it's black women from all different angles, man. Some that's married, some that's struggling to find the right person, some that's just in and out of like corrupt and chaotic relationships, man. So I'm seeing all of it, and I get a perspective in regards to all of it, and it's just like interesting some of the stuff that people are are going through out here. Ricky Nixon, man, it'd be crazy. I don't be following nobody. Like I don't be like the people that I follow don't be talking about that. The people that I follow be talking about some other stuff. So I'm like, man, it'd be crazy. It's like, man, I'll be like, I know I'm subscribed to some stuff that's a little bit little bit different than this. Why is this popping up, man? Freezing the game. I went through a couple experiences in my life that created this mentality that you see today. I honestly feel like it was always in me, but I had some experiences. I'm gonna say like in high school when they tried to make me cut my hair at the high school that I was at. That really lit the fire under me. When I was in high school and they tried to make me cut off my locks, and I had to fight that private school system, and that was a hard struggle. And I came out of there and I ain't cut my locks. But like that was one of the things that really lit that fire under me. But when I was a child, my people used to they used to watch they used to have Farrakhan on tape. So they used to watch some Farrakhan speeches every now and then. So I would catch some of the Farrakhan speeches, and sometimes Khalid Muhammad would be on them joints. So like that stuff used to resonate with me. So I feel like it was something that was always in me. But in high school, man, that's when I really became who I am today. When they started trying to implement those rules, that's when I really started to battle racism and just white supremacy. That's really when I came face to face with it. And I ain't looked back since, man. That right there woke me up. That woke up whatever was lying dormant in me in regards to just being a rebel. Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, Dominique, no doubt, man. They was designed for us. We was designed for them. Just the way that it is. Nikki the Goddess, peace, what's going on? And Steven and Tafan, on top of that. Now, but what we do need to do though, and what we need to do a little bit more, is applaud the brothers that's out here staying true to the black woman. Like some of the highest paid athletes are with black women. So we definitely need to give them props. Like LeBron. Man, LeBron, I mean, you could think whatever you want to think about LeBron, man, but he didn't been with his black queen for forever. And he's staying true to the cause, raising a nice black family. So, man, that's one brother that we need to applaud. And when it comes to the realm of basketball, nobody has more power than LeBron. So the person that's at the top of that particular sport, he's with a black woman. So that's what I like to see, man. The person that's at the very top. It don't get any higher than LeBron James in regards to basketball. He got that black woman. He with that black family. So that's what I like to see. The brothers that's at the very top. Now, of course, we got a lot of the nonsense in there when they get some of this money and they deal with the white side. But we do have some of these brothers that stay true to the cause. And I honestly feel like that's becoming more popular, too. I feel like a lot of these athletes are starting to awaken to that as well. So hopefully that starts to change, man. But I give my kudos to LeBron for that. Yeah, 93 lovely thing. Unification is definitely the answer. And it's just on us. We just got to unify. We just got to unify. Man, Sean, man, I'm so away from it. It's like when you an old head and you got like a little nephew or something playing some new music and you just don't know what they talking about. Man, when people start talking about the red pill stuff, I be just like, what are you talking about, man? That's how out of the loop I am with it. I don't even be knowing what people talking about. Mr. Know-It-All, man, another Jew, of course. Of course. Of course. They didn't created a condition to which it's harder for the black man to succeed in corporate America. So what is now happening is they have created that panic mentality in a lot of black women because the black man is so at the bottom that it takes a lot for him to rise up. So therefore it'll cause the black woman to have to wait. And we talking about on the same age basis. Hence why a lot of black women feel the need to date older black men. Because if you 25 and you try to deal with another brother that's 25, chances are that brother might be struggling because the way this system is set up. Not saying that that's the case for every black brother. You know, some people that want to point out the obvious. But for the most part, we are at the very bottom. A black man got to do a lot to make his way in corporate America. A very lot. He has to do a lot. There's a lot that has to go on for that black man to reach a certain estate financially to where he, ready to hold down the house and things of that nature. And it was set up by design like that. That white man, as soon as he get up out of college, he messed around and be set up. Then he get out of high school. He set up before he even start high school. Man, we get the degrees, we learn the skills and the trades, and we still struggle because we relying on them to give us these opportunities instead of creating our own. So that's part of the problem. Ricky Nixon, I get called racist for standing up for black people. I get called racist for saying something about being race first. So I get called all of that. And Steve, and that's always my focus on being a better man, focus on being a better woman, focus on being the best version of yourself. That's the only advice I need to know. Yeah, Mr. Know-It-All's Chris Paul. You got Dwayne Wade, all that. It's a lot of athletes out here with some sisters, and you find that more on the NBA end. It be them NFL brothers that be playing on the white side a lot. Yeah, it be them brothers. When you look at them NFL brothers, man, a lot of them be that's where you might run into that problem. Yeah, you look at some of them NFL players, you be like, hold up. What y'all be on? But yeah, the NBA players, they be on it. Some of them be on it. Trey being, I still ain't get a chance to, but I'm gonna get around to it though. Oh, see it? Yeah, there we go. That's it, Steven. And Mr. Know-it-all, no doubt. No doubt. We know that struggle is real for us, though, because what they don't want to see is us rising. That's in COINTELPRO. So a black man, like when he really realizes his power, he more than likely to be assassinated and things of that nature. So they really be tapping into us because we in the COINTELPRO files. Latino ain't in them COINTELPRO files in regards to seeing the rise of a black messiah. That's us. So when we start rising like that, just collectively, man, and we start really exercising our power, they striving to come at us real quick and aggressively. So that's what we got to be mindful of as black men. They tapped into us like never before because they don't want to see us rise at all. They don't want to see that happen at all. But y'all, man, this stream, man, I'd have been streaming for a minute. Yo, I get the vent. This was like the longest stream I done did. It's crazy. I almost went 3 hours. But man, I'm finna go ahead and exit. I'm an end broadcast, man. So it's been peace interacting with y'all, man. This is a good stream, man. I'm striving to do these more on Sundays because I have time. Definitely have time. So this was a very positive interaction and stream, and I appreciate all the donations. A lot of y'all hit up the Cash App, man. So I appreciate that. Y'all enjoy the rest of this Sunday, though, man. I'm about to tap out, and I'm about to sit back and relax, man. Get some things done. I'm gonna tune in with y'all again tomorrow. It's the so-called MLK Day. That's the Black Day. So everybody that's black need to be on YouTube, and everybody that's black need to be supporting everybody that's on YouTube tomorrow streaming. That's how you celebrate a black man. We don't celebrate the black man by being off. We celebrate the black man by working, and then everybody supporting them. That's how we must do that. So I'm definitely probably going to tap in tomorrow so y'all can support the black man on the Black Day. But y'all be easy out here, man. I'm finna go ahead and end this broadcast and exit. It's peace, y'all. I'm out.